Okay, welcome to session 20. I can't even believe we are at 20 already. I think it's been 6 months we've been playing this campaign. Alright, so let's start with a recap of last week. You were held up in a chapel. You guys have built a small fire and bound the wounds of people that were hurt. And Talissa was furious with Arawak for seemingly leaving the party to die at the hands of a walking corpse, and she let the Grugok have it with "Where the hell were you?" because Arawak decided that he would prance off down the hallway in the middle of a fight with a coffer corpse, apparently without a care in the world, while you guys almost got annihilated. An argument ensued with the impossible elf, and finally the beautiful druid threw up her hands and turned her back on him in frustration. Fearing unwanted visitors, the door was blocked with heavy stone pews, and a watch was set. Occasionally, a rat would scurry by, and just catching your eye in the flickering firelight. The hours slowly passed, and the fire grew dim. Often it felt as though something was waiting just outside the door. Always there was a strong sense of dread, but alas, nothing tried to breach the chapel. After gathering gear, a band of investigators for hire finally made their way out of the chapel and into the southwest hall. Approaching the heavy iron grate, it quickly became obvious to the gnome that the door could be opened with keys he possessed simply by reaching through the bars and finding the panel keyhole on the opposite side. It seems these doors were meant to be closed and locked from the outside. Rusted solid, it took a swift kick from the dwarf to open the portal, sending rust flakes up into the air with a screech of metal. Beyond the door lie an earthen tunnel, like the empty eye socket of a skull. Narrow, dark, and heading steadily down into the dark. It began to get very cold, very wet, and it became apparent after some deduction that this tunnel must lie beneath the small lake of Orlane. Water dripped profusely from the ceiling and pooled on the ground, ankle deep at some places. Onward, the party ventured into the wet earth, mostly single file in the narrow tunnel, until finally they began to ascend, slowly. Sometime later, the tunnel veered sharply to the west, still climbing at a 30-degree grade and terminating at a filthy, mud-caked curtain, which blended in as part of the wall almost perfectly. Lifting the curtain and holding up the torch revealed a small, natural chamber. The nauseating smell of carrion hung heavy in the air, and torchlight revealed bones littering the floor, both animal and human, and various other refuse and detritus. It became obvious where the smell was coming from a short time later when the party was set upon by a pair of ghouls. Our heroes were nearly decimated, with the creature's diseased and filthy bite sent 3 of the party into full body paralysis. The creatures were felled by sheer luck and dwarven fortitude, saving the party from a truly horrific fate, that being eaten alive in the dark. We pick up a short time later. The paralysis seems to have run its course, and you stand in what appears to be another network of tunnels. Against the wall, you notice that there is what looks to be bronze plate. It's a little bit beat up. You shudder to think of what it used to be on, because you see bones laying near it, and there's blood on the walls, and you might have to remove a few bones from it. But otherwise, it looks in serviceable condition.
Human size?
Human size. And
Yes.
that is in the party sheet. You see nothing else but tattered rags, various, like as I was saying, it's human and animal bones down here. I mean, in some places piled up 1.5 feet high. There's a strong smell underlining the stench, the nauseating stench of death in here. There is a strong earthy smell in here, and Benrus, how do I put this? To Benrus, it looks like a shoddy, rushed job by whoever dug this out didn't know what they were doing. These tunnels look hastily crafted by more than likely some lower beings, because no dwarven engineer would be caught dead signing off on who created these tunnels. There is support beams, but in some places you can see that it's already, the walls are kind of caving down, a little sliding down. And it's very claustrophobic in here. It's and dark. Oh yeah, and the two ghouls that you slayed here.
Need to find some kind of way to transport the armor.
We could try and clean it up here and you could put it on.
Or if you guys just all turn around and don't peek, I will put it on.
You could definitely do that. You can.
This just seems like a really bad place to like strip down.
It's gonna take a minute or two to get all the bones out of it. There's a half of a rib cage inside.
But think about it, you'll be much better armored to fight whatever's down here once you get it on.
Melissa will avert her eyes.
I'm gonna put a heal on myself because I'm down a few.
Do that.
Oops. Accidentally put it on Benrus, I'll fix it.
I can do that for you.
Actually, he was at healthy anyway, so I'll just drag it to myself.
There you go. Nice and simple. Okay, where do we got here?
Do you want to put Arwak on the sensor? He's
On
not.
where?
He's in the Well, he's on the combat tracker. I guess
Yeah,
that's
we're
all you
only
need.
using one token right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just using one token right now. I'm just sorry. I'm trying to find something really quick, babe. Just give me a second.
Okay, no worries. Take your time.
Yeah, no rush.
Okay.
I would like to ask Benris if he thinks that we're in danger of cave-in.
Can
Down
you give me
here.
a? Okay, you're asking Benrus that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Benrus
Like,
will
the
take a
further
look.
we get away from out from under the lake, the better.
Okay. Let me check something for you. Yeah, what I need from you is a underground survival. It's part of Benrus's skills. Yeah, he believes that it's stable enough. He would shudder to think of what would happen if there was some type of earth tremor. But for the meantime, he doesn't feel like there's any immediate danger.
Yeah, so Benrus says it's sloppy work, but it's solid.
Okay, I feel a little better.
I'm having a bitch of a time finding this image. I'll just get it later. I don't know why it's... It's not quite the one I want, but because I want one of them, this other one to go up on the stream. Let's do this. Let's open this. I think maybe because I did this on the fly last time. I don't think it was part of the module. Oh yeah, that's why. Because there's something else with the same name. That's okay. We'll get it later. I'm not gonna dick around with it anymore. Okay. Yeah. So you don't hear anything right now. Loman, you have torch lit right now, correct? You
Yes.
do. You have a torch lit. Everybody's eyes have adjusted, including Airwalk's. So the playing field is even right now in terms of visibility. Everybody is just can see what is within range of the light, the torch light that you have right now.
Oh yeah, the party token's good for that because the infravision works whether or not there's light near it. They don't have that built.
Yep.
Okay, should we move through this area, see what we find?
Yeah, I'm ready to move north. I think that's the only way we can go, right?
Yeah, it splits
You
once
all
we
should
get
be able
to this area.
the token. Sorry, I
Okay.
didn't mean to cut you off, Dwayne.
Oh, yeah.
You all should be able to drag it, but yeah, if someone wants to be the designated token
Yeah, go ahead.
mover,
Go
like,
ahead, Dwayne. Yeah.
Okay. So it splits here. They came from the south. Of the
they did.
southwest. We go see if maybe they had a little treasure pile somewhere.
I'm gonna lock
Yeah.
it down. I'm locking it down.
We
So
came south quite a ways, so I think we should probably continue south.
So what you can see is that the tunnel heads up in this direction and then veers off to the left. And same thing, you can see that it goes up about 15 feet here and then you can see that it opens up. You don't know where, you can't really see at that angle, but then it also continues down in this direction. You guys can see my arrow, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and as I said, the two bodies are laying there. And before we proceed, Tommy, did you get your armor on, or do you need help with that?
I'm guessing I found the most dry, comfortable, least detritus spot to put it on.
Okay. So your leather armor is I will say is pretty shot to shit. It was ripped apart by both the coffer corpse and the ghoul. It's just like hanging on in some places by threads, so it's pretty shot. The other armor is in the party sheet. Do you know how to get into there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if like that leather armor might be salvageable for other material.
You can hold on to it. It's going to be a little bit wonky. You know, you'll have to strap it to your back and maybe tie it off onto the backpack.
That doesn't
That
sound
I would
worth
allow-
the trouble.
How heavy is it?
15 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
You're
So what
strong.
Yeah. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to drag, or I can do it for you to make it easier. I'll just drag it for you. It's bronze plate and it's inside the party sheet. I will put it in your sheet right now. And
Thank you.
I will put it under wearing. Can't
Bronze
spell.
plate mail, damn.
Okay, bronze plate, and it's 45 pounds. And what
Cool.
were you going to do with the leather?
I still I could still wear the troglodyte belt with this, or is there any
Yes.
point in having that?
No, you can absolutely still wear the belt.
Okay. Does that provide protection extra? Or no?
Not that you know of, although it does look mighty snazzy on you.
Okay.
Your
Good.
flourish.
I'm just gonna like neatly fold the leather armor
Hmm.
and to set it against the wall.
Okay, go ahead and delete that from your inventory.
Can you tell me how to do that?
Yeah, so on the bottom of your
Just
inventory,
right click.
you could probably actually see, like I'm changing your sheet right now. There you go.
Okay,
You
cool.
can right click it, but you can also, do you see how when I click on the bottom right hand editing button, it lights up and puts a little red circle with a remove button next to
Okay,
everything?
cool.
Yeah, you can do that, so like it's a little bit easier to use that than the context menu. So it looks like you have a regular longsword and the longsword, which you've become quite fond of. It's of fine quality. You don't know of any other properties that it has other than the fact that it just feels like the weight is perfectly balanced and the material or is crafted, high valued craftsmanship.
I have 2 longswords then. I need
Yeah,
to ditch this other one.
you don't need to ditch anything. I'm just saying that you have two. You
I'm
have
gonna
one.
lay this other longsword on top of the armor.
Okay, go ahead and remove that from your inventory.
And I should just have 2 daggers, right?
I'll ask
Normal.
Airwalk if he wants to scout ahead, because we're
Okay.
pretty noisy compared to him. Butter him up a bit.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, you've dropped the longsword. Okay, very good. Okay, so Airwalk, you see, okay, in the torchlight, you see the elf proceed up about, I would say, a good 20 feet up, out of range of the light, actually. So he kind of gets, let me see, is it actually out? Yeah. So he goes out of the range of the light. You see him disappear into the darkness. And about 3 minutes later, he comes back and signals you to move up without a word.
Okay, we'll move up.
Okay, what you guys see is Airwax posted up against the wall right here, and he's staring off into the darkness, and he puts his finger out and prongs his fingers like this, like there's a split path up ahead. Most likely referring to the fact that there's 2 openings here. And directly behind him, you can see that the tunnel veers slightly to the south and then west and disappears into the darkness.
So many options.
Yeah.
How are we going to decide this?
So Airwalk doesn't say anything, but you see him he sheaths the longsword like that, and he draws his bow and knocks an arrow in it, but he's not drawing it back, but he just has the arrow ready in his hand like that.
Should we continue south and then?
Yeah, let's continue along the path to the one straight ahead, this kind of passage.
Okay, let's get some cave music. How about that? Instead of Blade Runner, even though the Blade Runner is very peaceful right now. Oh, that's good. Here, I'll turn it up.
How's the temperature in here? Is it cold down in this cave? trying to imagine it.
So that's a good question.
Does someone have a torch lit?
Yeah, Loman.
Yeah,
does.
Loman does.
Okay.
Everybody hear that? Okay.
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Yes.
All right. So good question. So as you move down, you've probably moved a good, 10, 15 yards away from where you've encountered the ghouls. Those bodies lie somewhere back behind you in the darkness. The temperature is pretty cool in here. You'd say probably in the 50s, low 50s. One thing gracefully that you notice is that it doesn't smell as foul over here. There's no breeze in here, so to speak. It's just that but it definitely, it doesn't feel as, or it doesn't smell as foul in this area, and there's a strong scent of earth. It's like wet dirt.
Well, maybe there's fresher air this way.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm
There
going
might be an
to.
exit.
I carve a Z into the wall, right just north of where we're standing before the opening there.
So
Mm.
you've marked the wall with a
Yeah.
Z. Okay, that's good.
Keep track of where we're headed,
Yep,
where we've been.
yep. Very good. Talissa, anything?
Alyssa just pulls her fur cloak tighter around her neck, and says this. I like this direction because it maybe lead to an exit.
South?
Oh,
Yes.
Yep.
But do we want to investigate the other alcoves
I agree.
before we move on?
Continue southwest.
and Loman, you have your torch up. What weapon do you have on hand? Is your staff slung over and you're just holding your torch in one hand?
I have the torch in one hand and the staff I've my other hand.
Okay, and Zadar, what about you?
Carrying the longsword,
Mm-hmm.
so that should be equipped, and then the other things should be carried, right?
You're good. Yeah.
Put the daggers on carried and the longsword on equipped.
That's fine. You don't need to screw with that.
Okay.
I'm just asking to get an idea of how you guys are proceeding. So the long sword that you have in your hand that you're wielding right now, it does give off a very, very faint, dim blue glow.
And it wasn't before.
No, it was before.
Oh, okay, cool. Just not like it was when we were like fighting.
It always, no, it's the same.
Oh, okay, the same
exactly
glow.
the same. Yeah,
Okay.
it's the glow, the intensity of the glow has not changed. It's not like Sting.
That's what I was
Yeah,
wondering.
it's not.
Yeah,
It's
no, goblins.
right.
So
So
it's just a magical. Alyssa has her sickle.
yeah,
Rusty sickle.
she's got her sickle out. So
Yes.
there is a strong sense of dread in here, whether or not that is due to the fact that you've almost been eaten alive in this area, uh, or the fact that you have one, two, three, four. You have four different directions, all leading off into pitch blackness, and the torchlight in here is dancing shadows all over the wall. It just really, your eyes play tricks on you down here. Also, the acoustics, even when you're whispering, seems the the volume of your whispers seem louder than you would like them to be for whatever reason down here. Everything just really seems to be amplified, that it's so quiet. Even the whisper down here is like, feels like you're talking in normal tones.
So my plate armor sounds like a car coming down the hall.
Your bronze plate definitely is making noise, absolutely. And but Benrus is wearing chain. I would say the chain is actually more noisy when he moves around, given the fact that he's also a dwarf and they're just loud by nature. They just can't be quiet.
Mhm.
They just can't be quiet, no matter how hard they try. Um,
Could we smell kind of like moving towards these other directions before we move on and just see if the other passages smell more or less foul than this southwest passage? Or if we can feel a breeze from any other direction, or Alyssa would like to just kind of
Take a few
check.
steps in each direction, kind of.
Yeah, just a little. Not moving in there, but just kind of getting to the entrance of each of those
so
other
you want to
directions.
move like right here and take a look around?
And just close
Yeah,
my eyes and smell.
yeah, I get it. So
And
Talissa's doing this?
We can all
yes,
move together.
okay.
Okay, so Talissa, you guys kind of move up as a group, and then Talissa, you you take a you step against this wall right here, and you kind of close your eyes and smell, and you don't really notice any difference in the scent of this area. I mean, there is like that undertone of death and decay down here. Some of it is earthen, and some of it smells, just the foul smell of decaying flesh of carrion. But it's not as potent as it was where you guys had first come into this area.
Okay, and the north passage, it smells kind of similar
Let me see what
to
you
the
guys
south
think.
and the
So,
northwest.
and now I had to put it on party vision to actually see what you guys can see. No, you really can't distinguish, any difference between either passage. It's the same
The
scent,
breeze.
from both directions. You can see that in this direction that it kind of opens up, and it looks like it opens up into two other paths.
Mm. Okay,
Oh,
let's just
Christ.
continue south. Let's just continue along that southwest wall. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's a
At
good
least
idea.
we won't get so lost that way.
Exactly.
If we
Yeah.
just stay in one direction.
I'm a big fan of sticking to the perimeter once I find it.
Yeah.
Once I think I've found it.
So regrouping, you see Arawak kind of walk off into the dark. Wait, are
Which
you
way?
guys actually heading to the west?
Southwest, yeah.
Southwest.
Southwest?
And
Yes.
he's still kind of scouting in front of us, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Arawak walks off into the dark. You see him disappear into the dark beyond the torchlight, and he comes back and signals you forward again.
He's so unpredictable. I thought he was heading north for a second
He might have been doing that.
there.
If anyone should be playing Airwalk, it's the DM for sure.
No, I love when Scoot plays him because he is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so he motioned us forward.
He did. He came out of the darkness, so you saw him disappear beyond the torchlight, and then about a minute later he came back and without a word signaled you forward.
Giving us a silent treatment.
He always does. It's either that or he'll say something argumentative.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so silent treatment's actually when he's in a good mood.
Yep.
It's preferable, yes.
Yeah. I don't think he likes it too much underground here. So he just continues to walk with you at the edge of the light as you proceed down. You can see a torchlight up ahead. Looks like it's illuminating a larger chamber.
Okay.
Do we hear anything
You don't hear
besides
anything.
our movements?
You don't hear anything.
We extinguish our torch and kind of move towards it.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, because it's already. Yep.
Okay, so I can do that for you. You
Okay.
want to disable your torchlight for now?
Yes.
And try to sneak up on whatever is near this torch.
Did that work? Oh, I gotta do it. I'm sorry, I gotta
On
do
the
it real
token.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How long do torches stay lit for? Like, if there's a lit torch down here.
Half an hour, I think, is how long they
Yep,
stay lit.
I believe it's a half an hour, yeah.
Okay, so somebody's definitely been here recently then.
Yeah.
Can you guys, does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I carve another Z on the wall real quick before he puts the torch out.
Okay, noted. What do you, so how are you guys doing this? How are you proceeding?
We'll do a conga line. So Loman will put his hand on Benrus's, hold on to Benrus, and then someone can put their hand on his shoulder.
hold-
Yeah.
Yeah, I can lead
Well,
as
after
well.
about a minute, Airwalk's eyes kind of adjust, but I mean, he's going to have to adjust again once he gets into that light at the end of the hall, but he can guide you guys safely through
Yeah.
the corridor.
When Benrus can see as well, so he can help.
Yes, precisely. So
Cool.
you guys are going to sneak up in
And
the darkness
investigate the
and
torch.
investigate what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
as quietly as possible
Zadar's
with our
curious how long the torch has been
loud door.
burning.
It's not, you're not going to be able to, yeah. So,
Or like if it's almost out, or if it's like just
yeah, when you
lit.
get there. I mean, as far as moving silently, that's going to be quite a feat with a dwarf
Yeah.
wearing chain in the
Yeah.
dark and someone wearing broad light. So I don't.
Well, we're not like sneaking, but
Trying to be as quiet as possible.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair. So moving. So are you guys moving to the edge of the light and just stopping? And if you see anything, is that what's going on? You just want to move
Yes.
up and. Okay. So I'll move you.
I mean, I can tell it kind of opens up to the right, so maybe up into that northern wall where it ends.
Okay, well let me tell you first what you see right here. So you come up and what it looks like it opens up into probably you would say it's a good 20, maybe 15 to 20 feet circular, semicircular chamber. Uh, but one thing that really stands out to you is that there is a statue on a, it looks like a serpent with a human face.
Oh.
It it looks, it's a extremely authentic carving.
Whoa.
Um, it looks like it's been created out of ivory, and it's skillfully blended by, you could tell a master craftsman raised this on a stone dais. Like, this thing looks like it is worth some money.
Ooh.
Um, but you know, again, moving this thing is going to be extremely difficult, to say the least.
Okay, we'll have to find our way out of here and then maybe bring equipment to move it out later.
Is it adorned with anything, or just pure ivory,
And are the,
It's it
or
looks
like marble?
it looks like it was made out of, carved out of pure ivory and
and
then raised upon the dais. And the image that I shared, if you can't see it, I'll reshare it. But essentially, that's probably to scale too. You see the human skeletons.
so
It's
there
like
actually
6 feet
are those
tall.
skeletons there?
Absolutely.
Okay. Loman's gonna be looking for traps area.
Okay.
Might have to light up its torch again.
We
Okay.
should, yeah.
Okay.
Alyssa says, don't look at the face of this thing too close. She's
So,
afraid to look in the
what?
eyes of the statue.
Yeah. So with the torch lit up, Talissa.
Zadar looks at you really scared.
So with the torch lit up, Talissa, uh, And it takes the dwarf and the elf a minute or about 2 minutes for their eyes adjust, but once they do adjust, they see what everyone else already sees is this looks like a dead end. You don't see any other passages leading in or out of here, but you do see more bones, full skeletons. In fact, I mean, you noticed 2 of them initially
Okay.
when you came in, but there is a lot more lined up along the walls that were hidden in the
And,
shadows as you guys came in.
and how are they? Can we tell by their position? Like, what does it look like? Was there a battle that ensued in here, or did they just sit down and die?
Or
Or
did the
It looks
ghouls drag them here and eat them or something?
yeah.
so examining. Well, first of all, let's back up. Loman, you had mentioned traps.
Yes.
Before you're looking for traps, are you examining with Talissa and Zadar and everybody? Are you examining the bodies and trying to glean any information about that, or are you actually scanning the perimeter for traps?
I'll look with them at the bodies first to see, because that may inform what, if there are traps, like what type of traps it might be.
Talissa, can you give me a wisdom in the tower, please?
Okay.
So, Talissa, what you notice is that these things have bite marks all over them. They look gnawed on. Um, there's no
Like the
flesh.
bone.
There's no flesh left on these skeletons. These are dried out, so to speak, right? But they definitely look like they have been gnawed on. The bones look like they have been gnawed on, and in some places they're missing like a leg, or an arm, and it looks chewed on. And as far as placement in the room, as far as a battle, it doesn't look like there's any rhyme or reason to the way that they are placed in the room. They look haphazardly strewn across the ground and against the walls. In fact, you don't
Mm.
see any weapons laying on the ground in the room here. No weapons.
Like they were dragged here and chewed
There is
on.
tattered.
Some
Oh,
giant
and I
Yeah.
should have
creature.
been more clear. There's no armor in here. Like, it looks like these skeletons. They do have tattered rags. That's pretty much it.
So they
Skeletons and
weren't
tattered rags.
Could be some of the
like,
missing townspeople,
yeah,
ones that didn't come
civilian
back.
types. Yeah.
Very stuffy in here.
Well, I wonder, whatever has been gnawing on these
Probably the
probably
ghouls
nearby.
we finished. We attacked and or fought, and then there might be
Yeah,
more around.
it's probably where they came from.
Okay, I'm gonna
Do you guys
examine
think
the
this?
statue for
Yeah.
traps. Yeah.
So when you walk up to the statue to examine it, Arrowwalk kind of puts his hand on your shoulder and just shakes his head. He doesn't even look at you. You, as you're walking past him, his hand just lands on your shoulder and he just shakes his head as he's looking directly at the statue.
The guy who couldn't leave the stone face alone.
Yeah, he has a thing for idols. What, Airwalk, you want to feed this one too?
He's like, this one's mine.
This place is bad magic.
He doesn't want us to go near it, you're saying?
That's what he says. He says this place is bad magic. I don't know what he means by that. That's all he's saying to you.
Okay, well, I
Maybe we
guess
shouldn't.
because we can't transport it anyways currently, so maybe we should just leave it for now.
By your estimation, this thing would be at least 3,000 pounds.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
That's including the dais, right, that it's on.
Yeah.
Okay. I carve another Z on the northern wall.
Okay. Loman, you wanted to inspect the statue?
But Airwalk is cautioning me against it.
Well, he just threw his arm on your shoulder.
Like
and shook
stopped
his
him.
head.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would say maybe it's like when someone's walking up to do something, and yeah, I guess you could say that, stopping him from doing it.
Well, in lieu of maybe one last thing we could do before we leave here is check for secret doors around the perimeter of the room.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Oh, this is a dead end. I'm sorry. I thought it kept going north.
No, it's a dead end.
No, it's just we haven't illuminated the northern portion yet.
Gotcha. I
You
can
don't
see
need
it
to
now.
move. You don't need to move.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
so you're gonna go around the perimeter of
Yeah.
the room and check for secret. Okay, so let's see here. It's gonna be about 15 minutes. So why don't you give me a window peep? Just kidding. Um,
Mm. What is that? Like a preset check you have?
Yes.
yeah, we do.
Really? That's funny.
Yeah. So you can give a fine remove traps, because this will always be. This is also applicable in finding anything else. So you can give that in the tower. So Loman, you spend it's about a turn and a half. So you spend about a good 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes by your estimation, like going, you have to move some of the bones away from the wall as you're kind of creeping around the edge of this earthen wall, and looking for any type of, secret door, concealed door, anything out of the ordinary. I mean, you've already run it across one already with the curtain made to look like part of the wall, but you don't encounter anything like that here. In fact, everything appears pretty plain and solid. Uh, but as I said, you had to brush aside some bones to actually accurately check, because in some corners they were piled up a good 2-3 feet high. So to you, that's almost the height of you. So you had to kick some things over and brush them aside. Needless to say, when you did that, it wasn't as quiet as you wished it to be. There's really no way to avoid that. And then while you were doing this, was everybody else doing?
Continuing to clean this nasty bronze plate,
Okay,
kind
you
of
can
like
do that.
wiping it down.
Yeah, you've already donning it, but you definitely can. As he's doing that, you could,
As I
remove
like
some of it and
keep my
clean
eye
it.
on this sculpture out of the corner of my eye.
Talissa, what were you doing?
Alyssa's trying not to look at the sculpture and just kind of hanging out at the entrance. She's uncomfortable in here.
Here.
Yes.
Okay, Airwalk is with you, and he's got an arrow knocked, and he's staring off into the darkness, away from the light. And I will be right back in 20 seconds. I have to bio break here.
Damn. Suspense.
Actually, I have to run quickly and do something. I'll just be a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, man.
Wait, arrow knocked, meaning like he just loaded up an arrow, basically, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And he can see in the dark, kind of, so he might see something to the east. Oh, where did the picture of the
Snake people,
there it is.
dude.
A statue of a snake with it had like a human face thing.
Thulsa Doom.
No bueno. That's
Really,
scary.
really ornately carved, ivory carved snake, serpentine body, complete snake body with a face of
Gary Busey.
Human face. Yeah, Gary Busey. Now, human face.
that's
Look,
scary.
female. Possibly female face. Female, maybe female. Looks more female to you. White eyes, you know. Again, it's solid ivory, so carved with exquisite workmanship. Like,
Like a Medusa like thing. That's what scares me.
Do we confirm the skeletons looked human already?
skeletons in this room are definitely human.
Okay. I
At
missed
least the
that.
bone, at least the bodies, the incomplete skeletons that you make out here are from the skulls and everything. You can tell they definitely are human size, human shaped skulls. You don't see any, you know, dwarven or gnomish or halfling, demi-human skeletal remains down here. You also don't see any weapons or any armor in this room. Just rags and skeletons and cobwebs and the smell of earth and this big, gigantic, possibly, you know, 2,000 to 3,000 pound statue and dais, just for whatever reason, sitting in the middle of a room of death underground, you know,
Facing the
flopped,
entrance?
facing the entrance, correct.
Hmm. Well, we should once Dwayne gets back, we'll
Is
see
there
what
any?
Airlock.
Does it look like there's been any foot traffic like around it?
There's definitely, what a good question. I'm surprised somebody hadn't asked this. Well, considering that you guys had walked in and not looked and
I mean,
already
he
tracked
didn't want
around
us to
the room,
go near it, but we can kind of see around it from here, right?
at this point, because you guys have already been in and around the room and kind of Loman and Airwalk both have trekked around, it's hard to discern any difference in tracks. However, in some areas, you do think that you spy what appear to be footprints about human size, but it looks like they have kind of, instead of where the toes are, maybe clawed feet or long fingernails. But again, it's very faint and it's very hard to tell in the dark with shadows flickering all over the place. And as I said, when you guys came in here, you've already traipsed around the entire room, moved skeletal remains around. But looking down, Zadar, you think, you know, possibly you do notice a different set of tracks.
Because we've avoided the statues, so any tracks around the statue wouldn't be ours. Or near the statue.
So no, but okay, so you've avoided it, like you.
I
I'll
thought
give you
like
that.
we've all
I'll give you
avoided
that.
it.
I'll give you
I
that.
mean,
I
I
thought
think
they kind of
Alyssa
just scanned the
definitely
perimeter
didn't
of
do
the
it.
walls and stuff.
You don't see any tracks like up to going up to the
Like
statue.
leading up to it or anything.
No.
Okay. Does it look like dirt has kind of washed up and like does it look like it's like solid in the dirt or does it look like it's loose and like on top of the floor? I guess it's
It's
not
hard.
necessarily dirt, but
You mean the dais?
yeah, does it look like it's been there for a while or does it look like it's been set there recently?
It looks like it's been here for a while.
Like part of the floor almost.
It's dirty. Yeah, yeah. Kind of hard to tell. You know what I mean? It
Right.
looks. The state of the statue itself, it looks like it's been down here a while. I mean, there's cobwebs coming off of it. So,
Okay. I don't like it. Is there any
I think that
writing on it? Like kind of how the picture shows?
you guys hear something.
I'm back.
please,
Okay.
some time.
Yeah,
So,
I moved towards the entrance.
okay, one sec. So there we go.
That's good lighting.
The what? No.
That's good lighting right there.
What lighting?
Now I just see the two torches and like can hardly see like the outskirts of the room.
Yeah, there's like a
Oh,
torch against the wall.
yeah. What happened to the light there? That's interesting.
When you scaled it, it scaled the lighting diameter. Whatever kind of
Oh,
scaling you just did.
okay. Thank you. Yeah,
So
I
even
was
if you
trying.
scaled it up a little more, it might be like perfect.
Yeah,
Because that's
yeah,
pretty dim right there.
yeah. That's what I'll do. I was like, how did I do that? Okay,
Yeah, that's rad.
okay. That's what I
That's like
want.
perfect. Yeah.
That's what I want right there. I was trying to last time. Thanks for telling me what the hell it was. It is the scaling. That's hilarious.
So the lighting scales with the grid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay, so what happened, Wayne, was that they were looking around, they were looking for any signs of anything walking up, tracks leading up to the statue. They didn't see anything like that. Airwalk, I don't know if you heard, but Airwalk moved with Talissa to the opening right here and
Yeah.
knocked an arrow
Okay.
and was staring off into the darkness. And I need to look at something really quick. Yes. Funny, like I'm starting to know where things are in the books. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'm starting to. I'm actually looking something up in an old book. Yeah, here it is. Okay, beautiful. Right about that. Okay, all of this is happening simultaneously, but you definitely hear what sounds like. It sounds very similar to the ghouls that you guys have fought before. You've encountered multiple, and this sounds like that gurgly, disgusting, like sound that they make. And you see Arrowwalk loose an arrow into the dark. And could I get surprise checks from Zadar and Benrus?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Benrus is completely turned the opposite way. He seems like he's completely unaware of this is going down. But Zadar, you definitely hear something coming up the dark hall, but you can't see anything yet. Um, you do here. I'm gonna put you guys on the map. So here, give me just one moment while I do this,
Sure.
and I will let you guys arrange yourself how you want to be arranged on the map, because I'm nice like that. So give me 1 second. Airwalk. I'm running Airwalk, so he's right there. Please change your facing when you can, and we will move this party token over here. Come on. There we go. Move the party token there. I'll unlock it, so here. There you go. It's unlocked. Go ahead and move where you'd like to move. within reason. You know, I'll tell you if you weren't. I mean, Loman, you were already checking the perimeter, so it makes sense that you were there. Zadar, you were checking the statue, so it makes sense that you're there. Benaros, I'm going to say was right about here. Okay, what do you guys do? You hear this coming down. I mean, with the exception of Benaros, you hear something making a
Well,
horrible gurgling sound, and you see Arrowwalk loose an arrow into the dark.
did his arrow sound like it hit something?
You can't tell, but you definitely hear the sounds getting closer. Alyssa, quickly, what do you guys do?
I move up
Um,
airwalk.
I move over behind to listen Airwalk. Yeah, Benrus
You're gonna
moves.
move? All right,
Yeah.
hold on. Yeah, don't move yet. So,
Okay.
so
Oh, Benrus is surprised, so he doesn't get to react. But
Me and
Benros is
Benris
not-
both kind of look at each other and then fucking run up. Oh wait, he's surprised.
yeah,
Yeah, Benros doesn't. Yeah, he acts completely oblivious to what's going on. In fact, he's kind of looking down. He's looking down over in this direction at Loman.
he's shaking his head at the stonework.
Yeah, he's disappointed in the shoddy construction
He saw
of
a
this
blemish.
chamber. So what I'm asking for is, what do you guys? This is basically a combat. You know, I'm asking intentions.
is it? I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does bless doesn't work against the undead, right?
Well, Bless
I don't
buffs
know.
us, right? So
Yeah, like
I thought it
does
did
that
I thought it
help
had a twofer,
against?
right?
Does
Doesn't it
blessing you
lower
guys
their
help
saving throw?
against
Why don't
undead?
you read what Bless
yes,
does?
yeah,
I mean, it helps us against pretty much anything,
yeah.
Mhm.
but I don't think it affects them like it does in certain editions.
No. You can
Calista
always
will
take
bless
your
the
time to
party.
read it. You can always read it.
Yeah, no rush, no rush.
I mean, it's a good time because nobody's in melee yet.
Yeah, that's a perfect time.
Yes.
So is that your decision, Bless? Go ahead and roll
Shit.
initiative with Bless, babe.
Okay.
Loman.
I want to go over to Airwalk and throw a cure on him because he's still injured.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Is that a crit or a bad one?
What are you referring to?
I don't even know dice rolls in this edition anymore.
Well, the higher in it is bad, so
Yeah, higher
Okay.
in it is bad. Okay, so you want to go throw a cure light on Arrowwalk,
yes.
correct?
That is
Okay,
correct.
go ahead and roll initiative for cure light.
Okay.
Zadar.
Just moving up to try and get in front of Airwalk and
And I'm
Delissa
assuming
and get a better look.
Right, and I'm assuming you have your long sword.
Yeah, it's been out this
moving
whole
into
time.
position. So you hear the noise. So are you running over there? You running over to the portal right there?
Yeah.
Or to the entry? Okay. Okay, go ahead and give me a flat initiative with the. In fact, just in case, why don't you roll with your longsword? You have your weapon out. If something gets in hitting range, you should roll with that. There you go.
Good thinking.
Yep. And let's see. I think that, and then we'll get Arrowwalk. Well, Airwalk's already taken his action, so here. But I'm still gonna. Actually, no, he hasn't. So I'm gonna do this. What the fuck does he got here? Unknown 1/8. What is this? Scoot. I don't even know what he's done here on this sheet. But he knows what he's doing. He definitely knows what he's doing.
Weird.
Okay.
All my spells have disappeared. Like, I thought I had one more cure light, but they're all ticked off, and I can't even see them in preparation or standard mode. Can't see my spells.
I can see. Oh, you mean you can't see anything there? I can see it. Close your sheet and reopen it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a bug. Somebody else ran into that the other day. It was weird.
No, it's still if I close the sheet. Oh, I'm in combat now. Oh, now, yeah. No, it's still. Oh, there's no spells listed even in prep or combat mode.
I can see them all. Bless,
Weird.
command, cure light, potion of healing. Can you see your potions and items
Yeah, I
and
can
all
see.
that?
Yeah, I can see everything else but the spells.
Okay, one sec.
Oh,
Must be a bug.
yeah.
Someone else ran into that the other day.
Like earlier, I could see them when I
Yeah,
put the heal on myself.
right. Worst case scenario, I'll do it for you until we get that resolved. But
Okay.
did you already roll for cure light?
No,
Uh,
I was looking for the
Good
initiative
combat.
modifier, but I'll just add the. I think it's 1. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
it's 1. What's the initiative modifier for cure light wounds?
I thought it was 1, but I'm not sure because I can't pull it up.
No, but what is the one for? You mean the casting time?
Yeah.
The casting time is 5.
Oh, is it?
So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, it's 5.
Okay.
Here, let's see this. Why don't you look at your sheet right now?
Okay. I'll open it. Oh yeah. No. It's just the potions come up when I change it.
You don't see anything else, like as far as like ever? Like, can
I
you see
just
the spells level 1 header?
yeah, I can see the header. That's it.
Weird. Do you want to try going off and then coming back in?
Sure. Yeah, I can try that.
Yeah, I wonder why it's doing that. It's bizarre. Weird. Is everybody else able to or no one have any problems with their sheets?
Not yet. This is like a
No.
spells thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can see this. I can see my spells
My
and
action
everything.
tab looks normal.
I feel
That's
like
all I really have to mess with.
sync issue or something
Yeah.
going on there. Blah.
Powers tab always been there?
Yeah.
Okay. I just never.
So like the powers is like for more of like casting and actions and everything, and the weapons is obvious, it's for weapons, but
Your potions will show up in powers.
And
yeah.
torch.
And torch and spells and other things that are like kind of actionable effects. Yeah. Okay. Take your time, Dwayne. Just let me know when you're back in.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the characters.
Not a problem.
Remember, Spencer, we had that bug in Scoot's game where the spells were kind of toggling.
Yep. There's something going on lately with
Like
Fantasy Grounds.
like
Yep.
it would show a slot and then it would disappear and it would show it and disappear.
Yep.
It's kind of like that.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
what I
it's
feel like.
definitely related. Okay.
I just wonder if it's a 2E thing. something needs to be updated, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Now it's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
there's something going on in Scoot's game the other day. The same thing happened where it just started going batshit crazy with
Yeah, it's weird.
with the items. So, but we were able to resolve it by just closing the sheet and reopening, like completely close. Did you had completely closed the sheet, correct?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
know it's a dumb question.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah, I tried it like
maybe
3 or 4 times closing the.
maybe release the yeah maybe release the character and then reselect the character. Let's if it happens again, maybe do that.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Release that and then reselect it so you
Yeah.
don't have to go all the way out and back in. Okay, so with that being said, guys, who are we missing? I don't think we're missing anybody at this point. Okay, so let's get this party started. So you see Arrow Walk, loose an arrow. Uh, Zadar, you draw your blade and make your way up to the front of the line. Loman, you start fidgeting around with your components. Benros looks like he's completely unfocused on what is going on. He looks to be kind of observing the workmanship of the statue. He seems kind of fascinated with it. Talissa, you hear something down the tunnel. You can't see anything, which just leaves you with a huge sense of dread because you know something is coming and it's coming fast in the dark, but you cannot see anything. You just see something is coming quickly in your direction out of the dark. Um, and let's see. Before you know it, oh yeah. Before you know it, a claw comes swiping out of the darkness at you. All right. So Talissa, you see a bluish, purplish fleshed arm with nails about 2 inches long comes swiping out of the darkness at Airwalk.
Great.
And ahead. So miraculously, out of the dark, you see just claws just swiping like that, and then a horrid face, a face that you've seen before, of just a hateful, undead horror, come snapping and biting out of the darkness at Airwalk, and he's able to take his bow that he has in his hand and kind of fend off the attacks as this thing's biting and swiping at him. And when he does that, you see him start to back up. So he goes into a retreat right here into the room. Zadar.
Let's go. Rushing forward, longsword in hand.
Okay. Go
But
ahead.
I can't.
You'll be able to see. Yeah.
Can I
Just
see
go ahead.
Talissa?
Yeah. Can you
Like,
see?
It says
You guys should be able to see here. Let's do this.
you can see Talissa starting
Can you guys
to
see
kind of
now? Can you
wave
guys
her
see?
hand.
I can see the torchlight just kind of ends where she's at,
The
so I'm not
torch
really
should be a
sure
little bit. The
what
torch
you're
should
considering kind of
right. The torch should be a little brighter than that. I don't know
pitch
why,
black.
but just cleared the map. What happened to the map?
I still see it.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, there we go. All right.
But I
So
can see what's attacking
yeah,
Talissa and Airwalk.
in fact, it should be like this. So I'm gonna adjust this. 1 second. It should be like this.
I kind of move in to take Airwalk's space as he backs out.
Here, let's do this. You see that?
Oh, Yeah.
Okay, that is what you should be able to see that much. You should be able to see to the edge of this, to what's here. You should be able to see because that's where it swiped Adam out of the darkness. You can see the creature now. All right, so Zadar, you wanted to
Looks
move.
like
You wanted
Marilyn
to move
Manson.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and move up. You remember you're ready to rock with longsword if you so choose to do so. You rush up 15 feet across the room, just at it, simultaneously as the elf is backing up. You actually are filling in his space. So you see the elf retreating with his bow in his hand, having narrowly missed getting bit and swiped at by this undead horror, and you were able to fill the space that he recently vacated, just in time. I
Doing
might
my
add.
best to avoid slashing the beautiful druid.
Okay,
And
Oh,
am
thank
I
you.
in range of the ghoul?
you are in
Where I'm
range.
at.
You are absolutely in range. You can get creative too. Remember, guys, I reward creativity in combat. So jumping off things, hiding behind things, kicking and stabbing. I reward any type of creativity. Just remember that. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah. I think I'm
It's
just gonna go
that's
for good
so
old fashioned
Tommy.
decapitation.
That's AD&D, Tommy. It's like they don't have a name for everything, right? Like in AD&D, it's like power
Yeah.
attack, critical 2. It's not like that. In AD&D, it's like you role play what you want to do, and then the DM will adjudicate whether or not you can do that or not. So it's really sky's the limit as far as creativity. There doesn't have to be a name for every ability and feat that you want to pull off. You just make that shit up. Think, all of you guys are great role players. Just get inside the head of
How
your
about
character.
this? I mean, any amount of momentum from running that 15 feet, can I use that to try and push him back while I'm attacking?
Sounds like you're trying to do a charge.
What about like a
Over bear.
pierce attack?
You're trying to do a charge.
Yeah. But that needs to be like an actual skill that you have.
No, it's
No.
something that you do. You just
Okay.
described what you're trying to do.
But you can
What-
attack during a charge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was just like a knockback or
No.
it actually did damage.
No, it's not a knockback, but it will give you. You'll be able to close. Charge is really good for closing the distance. It allows you to move up to 100% your movement instead of half movement and attack. You can move up to 100% your movement and attack. And it will also. What is it? Remind me again, Dwayne. Is it +2 to hit, -1 to AC, something like that? Here.
Yeah,
let's
there's an
look it up.
effect. So I think
More
it
than just closing the gap.
might
Oh,
be
it's definitely more than closing the gap.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
minus
it's in effect.
2 to AC, maybe.
Yeah, here we go. We'll do this.
Thank you for bearing with me here.
No
No,
worries.
dude, you're good. We believe me. It's when you run a game, it's the slower the better. I think. I'm sure. I'm sure Dwayne, you'd agree with me on that one.
To a
Better
point.
keep it. Yeah.
It,
Charging an opponent. +2 bonus to attack roll, mainly from momentum.
Yep. So go ahead and do. I'm looking. Here it is. I found it.
Lances will do like double damage. That's fucking wild.
There you go.
so you
I'm
gotta
rolling a
If they-
lance.
you have to watch if
What's that?
someone has a spear, they can set it against the charge, and you get double damage if you impale yourself on it.
Yep.
So
Oh.
just modify. Well, I need to
I already
roll.
got it on you. I already
Okay.
got it on you. So go ahead and roll.
Sweet.
It's going to give you a -1 to AC and a +2 to hit, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
There you go. You
Nice.
nailed it. And what were you trying to swing at there, buddy? with the charge?
Who?
What were you trying to swing at on him?
What part of him?
Yep.
Right in the chest.
Oh, you hit.
Right in the solar plex.
You hit right in the solar plex, deep. Go ahead and roll damage.
Normal damage.
It'll automatic. Yeah, it's it's not large. Great
Oh.
hit.
Nice.
Yeah, so a bunch of foul-smelling blood just kind of after you hit him in the solar plex, it sprays up and hits you in the face. Just the reek of this thing, and it lets out a horrible, just a horrible sound as you do this, and kind of falls back into the shadows a bit. Loman.
Hey, I was gonna go over to Airwalk and cure him, but he came to me, so makes it easy.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was. Yeah, it's crazy what Airwalk's doing. You know, I don't know what he's doing. Who knows what he's gonna do next? So as
Yeah.
you do this, you call upon your deity, and you see this kind of this light just kind of beam come down from the ceiling like it's coming from the sky. It's just coming out of nowhere, and all of a sudden Airwalk just stands up taller.
Nice.
I don't know, I'm not really good at describing. I probably shouldn't have described what your deity did right there, but you can take it over next time.
Well, no, you get to describe what the deity does.
That's true.
So can I move after or not?
No, there's no moving with spellcasting. Talissa, you are casting Bless.
Nice.
Yeah, but I can't do
You
it
did
on.
You did it perfectly. That's perfect.
Okay.
The only thing that you need to take it off is this one. There you go.
I don't think Zadar's targeted.
He wouldn't be affected by it. He's in melee.
Oh, he's in melee. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. True. Okay, we're
Okay,
good to go.
Alyssa calls on her goddess Ilona, goddess Ilona of the woodlands, Ilona of the forest. Bless my allies.
Is she yelling that out?
Yeah, pretty loud.
Okay.
Loud and proud.
Make sure that her deity can hear her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that.
And the effects.
Ooh, good tune.
Boom.
I have a question after this.
Go ahead and ask.
Charging gives my opponent a -2 bonus to their initiative rolls, and I suffer an AC penalty of 1. When is that applied?
You get a -1. The way that it
Is that
works.
only during the charge?
Yeah, it's during the entire round. It's the
Okay.
entire round. So your AC bonus right now is negative.
I just want to make sure that's being applied. I'm guessing it's
Yeah.
scripted in there.
It is scripted. It's
Okay.
an effect. So yeah. So I always do this. It's like for whatever
They
reason.
don't say it's for the round because it's just assumed that
It's just assumed that it's
everything
because
is
it
for
wouldn't
the
think
round.
about it. It wouldn't make sense if it was only on your turn, right? There would be no drawback, right?
Because unless there was an attack of opportunity, which
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Exactly. You nailed it. Smart.
Thank you.
Yep. Let me change this music. I don't know why this.
My bless spell.
Yeah, I know. That's what I.
Yeah, it did kick in actually. Right
I was like,
now.
wow, that's a powerful spell.
It's weird too. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, right when that went off, it was like a perfect timing too.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Blessed as fuck.
I know you got super blessed right
Like
there.
the woodland, like symphony going off.
Yeah, so the one thing that's not scripted is that the opponents are supposed to get -2 bonus to their initiative. Remember, lower initiative's better.
Or counter attacking you and doing double damage
Yeah,
with a spear.
exactly.
That's
Because
wild.
you're charging, they get a little bit of the drop on you. That's what the -2 bonus to their initiative comes from. Um, you're also charging. You're a charging character. One bad thing about it is you're technically flat-footed. You're not gaining any dexterity bonus to your AC,
That's
and
the
this
other. That's the one that like
and
keeps.
they suffer an AC bonus. See, I always forget this. Charging
That's to like
characters.
limit it to fighters, pretty
Yeah,
much.
so like with Loman has 4 points of armor from his dexterity. So he would lose all 4 points of that and also suffer an additional penalty of 1. He would lose.
I'd be
Loman
AC
charging.
12.
Yeah, well, you'd be 10. That's the worst it could be. But yeah, you would literally lose 5 points of armor if you charged Loman because of your most of Loman's armor is from his dexterity.
Yeah, because
And if the defender is using a spear, they can set it against the charge, and ooh, if they hit, it's double damage. But that again is just something that has to be locked in at the beginning of the round.
They're
It's
trying to
something.
limit it to like high AC,
It's just I do it all the time, man. I mean, when you charge a foe, your
strength
movement.
based.
Yeah, so you increase your movement rate by 50%. That's number one. And you can move that entire distance and still make an attack. Normally, you can only move up to half your normal movement and make an attack. With charge, you can do 100, you can move 50% more. So, like 100, you can move up 150% and still make an attack. You gain +2 to attack roll, mainly from momentum. If you have a lance, you do double damage. So yeah, it's great. It's really good for closing long. Like if you need to get up somewhere quick and help somebody, it's great for that. Like I need to get my ass up there and be able to make an attack at any cost, right? Like it's great for
I'm
that.
guessing you could apply it to like horseback and have this crazy distance covering
There is
attack.
there is mounted combat rules that with charge and all that. Yeah, there's a whole chapter on that. I'd like to run that one day. There's aerial combat too. There's all
for the
types of.
old for the old wargaming, the like
Yep.
leftover rules from wargaming
Yeah,
and
man, you're
shit.
smart, Tommy. You get it. It's like you've read the book but haven't read the book.
It just kind of organically goes that direction. I don't know.
It.
so Benrus like kind of says, "Hey, what?" Kind of looks around when
Yeah. At this
When he's
point,
blessed.
yeah,
Benrus, at this point, your wits are kind of come back to you, and you do see some shit going on to your east with a scowl on your face.
okay.
So I will need intentions and initiative from everybody.
Okay, let's see.
We'll just start with Zidar.
I'm pulling the longsword out of his chest and
Hmm.
swinging.
You're gonna get 2 attacks this round, by the way. Keep
Just
that in
one
mind.
initiative though.
1 initiative.
Okay. Are they like back-to-back attacks,
No,
basically? Okay.
staggered. When
Cool.
when an attack is, yeah, you gotta. I'll give you, dude. I sent you the player's handbook. Read that thing.
I know.
You'll
I'm
love it.
sorry.
You'll love it. No, you'll learn as you go, dude. You can read it. You could read like 2 pages a month for all I care. Like
I
I'm just
took a
saying,
week vacation and played Cyberpunk like the whole time.
you're fine, bro. You're totally fine. I wish you could come over on Friday, dude. It's Joe Bob, but Paul's gonna
I
be there.
I had some tickets to a show that I bought a while ago.
You're all good.
Otherwise, I
When you come over
absolutely
the
would be.
next weekend, like come over the weekend after, we'll watch it.
Cool.
We'll watch it. Okay, Loman, my friendly neighborhood gnome.
Okay,
What do you do?
I'm fishing holy water out
Sure.
of my belt pouch,
Mm-hmm.
and then moving over behind Zadar.
That's all.
Yeah,
Okay. Go ahead and give me a flat initiative on that. Benaros.
Benrus, is there room if he switches places with Talissa to attack? You
Uh,
see if there's room, or is it
uh,
choked up in the hallway there?
it's. I will allow it at a penalty, but again, Talissa's gonna have to get out of the way, so you guys will need to work that up. How you're gonna do that?
Well, he has another plan, possibly. Is so run up and slide between Zadar's legs and attack the creature.
I can tell you right now that he is not going to be able to do that without greatly fucking somebody up.
Okay, so then we'll go with Plan
Damn, I
A.
thought we did
Plan
that
A.
already.
And
Well,
he would know
Talissa.
that. And let me. I like the idea, but I'm telling you, he would know that because
Yeah,
there's no room. Like, you got to remember the dwarf is pretty big. I
yeah,
mean,
true.
technically, he's counted as a medium person.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not.
more a Loman thing he could do.
That's more of a Loman
Yeah,
thing, and
true.
even then, you got to also remember too that the opponents, everybody's shifting around. They're moving
Yeah,
all around. So it would be. I'm not discouraging that type of shit in the future. I'm just telling you that common sense would dictate, especially Benrus would know that he would not be able to pull that off.
fair enough. Okay, so he's gonna try
Just
and do
wanted to save you
the
some pain right there.
It sounds like we need to work out some combat communication,
Okay, so
Well,
he's gonna.
some
you guys
safe
can
words. We
you
need
guys
some
can
safe
yell at
words.
each other in combat. I mean, those are
Yeah.
free actions.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
he's gonna call out Talissa, make room, please.
Okay.
Okay, and Talissa will heed that request, and he's gonna stay kind of close though. Excuse me. Excuse me. Um, but I think she's just going to plan on using her cure light wounds just in case, and stay kind of close to the fighters. Just move up a little bit behind Zadar.
Well, roll initiative first.
Okay.
So she's just gonna move away, is what I'm getting, right?
Yeah, and use cure light wounds if
Oh, okay. So she's doing cure light wounds. She's moving away
yeah.
and doing cure light wounds. Okay,
Yep.
beautiful. Okay, this is actually we are out of the surprise round, and it looks like yes, okay. So the ghoul. Oh, oh wow. Okay, so Zadar, you see the two claws come out of the darkness at you, and the thing trips over your leg and almost falls headlong into the wall, missing its opportunity to bite. Loman, you got lucky, man. Believe you got really lucky.
It's that new armor, dude.
It was 2 fumbles. I got 2 fumbles back to
Really?
back. I'm not going to give him a third attack from that disgraceful roll.
So he's prone or no?
He's not prone. He just kind of overshot the mark,
Gotcha.
tripped.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
move
Loman, you're
here.
moving up 18 feet. What is your movement, Loman? You're not
Oh,
encumbered, are you? I'm just making
yeah, I
sure.
am encumbered. Good catch because.
No, you're not. You're light.
Oh, okay. Well, just
Okay,
let
so
me
let me
double
explain
check.
why. Let me
Okay.
explain why you're light.
Okay.
The weight was doubled up for everybody because of the 2E rule set actually computes the weight by default, and we use that extension which adds the currency to your inventory, right? So it was doubling up the weight for everybody. It was double.
Oh, okay.
So what we had to do was, in order to use this extension properly in the 2E rule set, you have to turn off the party compute, currency weight option in the settings.
Oh,
So
okay.
now you are no longer encumbered, which means your movement is,
5.
you're up to 50 feet. You're well within it. So you can move there.
Okay. And
You
I'm
got your
just
holy water out.
yeah, and I'm just readied with it, but I'm not throwing it this round.
Okay. You got your holy water out. You hear what sounds like another growl hissing. I don't even know how you would describe this. It sounds like a ghoul. You've come to know it as the sound that ghouls make. It is a horrible hissing, guttural, saliva-y sound, and you can
Anthem.
yeah, it's the saliva anthem, and you can see that there is another ghoul that you can see the eyes glowing in the torchlight behind the one directly in front of you, Zadar. Talissa, you can't see this, but Zadar, you can see another pair of eyes, kind of like a cat's eyes in the dark. You know, the mirrored eyes in the torchlight. You can see them lurking behind, and you can see bared teeth. You know, kind of, and its arms are reaching over its compatriot, Talissa.
Can I move shift just slightly here and delay to use my cure light wounds? Oh,
You can do a 5 foot. Yes, you can. With casting, I do allow 5 foot shift. Just this is a perfect example of that. Loman, 5 foot shift. That's as far as you're moving when you're casting, because you're basically sidestepping at that point. So
but then I can delay the cast, or
yeah, you can
should I
do that. I
go
mean,
ahead and cast?
no, actually, you're gonna delay now and you'll shift later. You'll shift and cast later. You're trying to like shift and then
Oh,
delay and then cast.
no, because I want to make. No, I'll just cast it now.
Okay.
I'll just cast it
Yeah, you
on.
can't break up your turn like that. I didn't realize. Sorry, I didn't realize that's what you were asking.
Yeah. Um. Let's see. All
Dwayne,
right.
do you name your episodes?
Yeah, by the number. Yes.
We should call this one Saliva Anthem.
Oh. Yeah, I could add that in there.
You casting this on
I'm
Zadar?
going to cast Cure Light Wounds on Sidar.
Okay, one moment.
That is thoughtful.
It really is. One moment. All right, you got him targeted. Go ahead and hit the cast button and then the heal button.
Oh, sucks.
You can re-roll that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. One is bullshit. There you go.
Take it.
Actually,
Damn.
I'm gonna half that. I'd
That's
say that it
3.
needs somewhat. Yeah, I'm gonna give him 3.
I
Fair
will
enough.
take
He was down 4. He was down 4 at the
it.
outset.
Yeah, there you go.
So if he
He
should
was
only have
down
down
4.
1.
Yeah, he was
Just
only
be
down
down
4.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, and he still got the
If you're
charged
down
effect
1.
on.
Oh, does he? Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, we forgot that doesn't auto remove. Thank you.
Yeah.
There, Scoot. Perfect. Or Dwayne, thank you for reminding me about that.
No
All
problem.
right, we're all set. Go ahead and end your turn, which puts it. Zadar, you are up. Go ahead and
Swinging.
roll. Yeah, make sure you're using your fine longsword, which is the +3 to attack.
Fuck.
Oh.
Okay, you fumbled. Go ahead and delay.
Okay.
If it was a back-to-back attack, I'd actually take your second attack away from you, but your second attack comes at the end of the round. By that point, you're going to have regained your composure. Benras.
Oh, Talissa was going to shift, right?
She didn't.
Yep. Hold on a sec. I was, so just
Oh, that's
let's
right.
push it 5 feet.
I got you.
Remember?
Right here.
But put me right next to up a little bit. Like, well, that's
Right
fine.
there is as far as you're getting.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yep.
Benras.
Okay,
You're
Ben
able to
Russ
get
is
in there.
going to move in here.
You're
Take.
going to take a -2 to attack
Yep.
for the concealment right here.
Okay.
drop this thing. That's a hit onto the top of the shoulder. Benrus seems to like to cleave things from the shoulder to groin. This is two-handed.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so his shield's unequipped. Is his shield unequipped?
You
It
double
doesn't
check.
matter right now, but make sure that it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter right now because he's still, you're just, he's not getting attacked. But
Yeah,
so he's
it's unequipped.
great. So he's two-handed attacking. So Zadar, you see the dwarf kind of barrel himself in between you and do an overhand swing, and it hits this thing in the shoulder, and it just cuts it from probably about 12 inches deep, or foot deep, from its shoulder down into the chest. And it just,
I feel better about that one.
his sword is stuck in there, by the way.
Oh.
The thing is stuck on the edge of the sword. Airwalk, for whatever reason, is shooting into the dark.
Oh yeah, it's not in melee with us.
Yep, he's shooting into the dark with a short bow, which is going to be 2 attacks, correct? Yes.
Yep.
Alright, so this is going to be at a -2.
Oh, yeah, does that fumble take away my second attack?
No.
Okay.
If it was back to back, is it staggered, Dwayne? The short bow?
Yes.
Oh, short bow, yeah.
I don't know why I didn't remember that. Zadar, you've regained your composure. The reason why I didn't take it away from you is because the second attack happens at the end of the round, which gave you like three segments to regain your composure.
Okay.
If your attacks had happened back to back and you fumbled, like say you were like a ranger gets to make the attacks simultaneously because it's using 2 weapons.
Yeah, the two-fisted
right?
fighting.
It's a two-fisted fighting, dude. Like it's true multiples, right? Like, but in that case, it happens all at the same time, just like a ghoul is claw bite. It's all happening at the same time. But with like single weapon attacking like that, where you get multiple attacks with a single weapon, it's happening staggered. So
I'm guessing that's why they do that.
yeah. Zadar, you are up.
Do I have room to kind of step over this body towards the other?
Well, there's no stepping over it yet because it's still standing up. It's stuck in
Oh, it
Benrus's
says
sword.
RIP. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's lifeless.
But
It's just
it's
stuck on.
Oh,
It's stuck on the dwarf's.
Benrus's bastard sword is stuck in it, holding it up.
Yep.
okay.
He's a meat puppet right
Eh.
now. Think creatively. You can see the ghoul behind it trying to get over his friend.
But I'm not close enough to swing at him. Can I try and like kick him off of Benris's weapon into the other ghoul?
There you go.
Nice.
He certainly can.
Back into the hallway?
So you want to kick it, and then you. So what?
Like
What?
just a big front kick.
Okay. And what is your intention here? I mean, you want.
Where's the blade stuck exactly? Like right in the middle of
stuck in
its
his
chest.
shoulder.
Shoulder.
So it's
Okay.
from here to here. So
So
what
like
is your
just a
what's
big push kick right in his stomach.
okay? And what's the end goal? You still want to be able to make an attack, obviously, right? You're still going after,
Just to
or
kind of clear that 5-foot space.
so you want to clear the thing out of your way and try to make an attack.
But if I'm gonna clear him, I might as well clear him dead straightforward into the other one.
To throw him
Why don't you
off to help support your attack.
Okay, go ahead and give me a.
kind of distract him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happens. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check. You can do it in the open.
Throw a jab with the right so you can hook with the left.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity. You can do it in the open. It doesn't need to be
Yeah.
inside.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Wow.
So, despite the fact that the creature is stuck on the edge of the dwarf's it's a broadsword, right?
Bastard.
Despite the fact that the creature is stuck on the
That's why I rolled
dwarf's
a 1.
bastard sword, you kick the thing so hard it rips out of the actual shoulder. hits the other ghoul and knocks him off his balance somewhat, and at which point you can, if you choose to do so, move in for the kill, so to speak. You're still within the lighted range.
I did it.
You did it.
Even with a
Whatever.
1?
Well, 1 is a perfect
Good, dude.
roll
That's
for
about
a
as
skill
best as
check.
that's about as good as you can get. Because think about it, Tommy.
Oh,
You're
that's
trying to,
right. Skills
It's
are
roll
backwards. I'm so
low.
sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, because the D. Think about
I
it this
thought I
way.
fumbled.
No, the DC is the actual ability itself or the
Gotcha.
skill, right?
I
So
remember
you're
now.
trying to roll under it. The higher it is, the harder, the easier it is to roll under it, right? The lower it
Okay.
is, the easier it is to roll over it. It's the same thing with percentage rolls, right? Like if it's 80%, you
Except
want
for
to roll.
attack rolls, basically.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly. It's kind of elegant because like the target number is what your ability. You're trying to get
Yeah.
under that. The higher it is, the easier it is to get under it, right? The lower it is, the more chance you have of going over it, and that's when you fell. So 1 is a perfect. That's like you don't get any better than that.
Sick.
Yep. So you pulled it off. You're able to close the distance if you so choose to do so. Would you like to make an attack, or what are you doing here? You've kicked the
Yes.
thing off. Okay, you can
Hmm.
step in. It's right at
Not
the edge of the range of light too. I should mention.
okay.
Going beyond this ghoul is you're going into the darkness. So you can totally and because of the momentum here, go ahead and give yourself a +2 to that attack. We'll do that. That's still a miss. No, it is not. It is a fucking hit.
Yeah,
It's
with the
a hit.
+2. Yeah.
It is a hit. It's a
Nice.
hit. So go ahead and roll damage on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. You hit him, dude. I mean, it was the dexterity check. You got a perfect. Go ahead and give yourself. Well,
Yeah.
It's still a 5. It's still a 5.
5.
So
Pretty
you
good.
got that modifier on that. It's still good. All right. Go ahead and end your turn. You are face to face with this sucker. Arrow walk is shooting into melee. You are going to be 1. The ghoul is going
Oh.
to
Of
be
course.
2. Okay. Ghoul is going to be 2. Oh boy.
In Airwalk's mind, it's if you get in my way, it's your fault.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So you're kind of shocked because as you're face to face with this ghoul, you feel something hit the back of your armor, and it makes there's a sound, a ting like that, and you're like, what the fuck was I just shot at with an arrow? Something hit you
Oh
in the
shit.
back. Something hit you in the back. I wonder what it could be.
Who's back there?
Yeah, no, he hit you. He literally rolled. He literally rolled, and I rolled. 1 was you, and 2 is the ghoul, and he literally rolled a 1 and hit you with a 19. So, but the damage itself was very low.
That's good.
I don't
One,
even look back. I know it was him.
one,
Yes.
yeah, it was so. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys. 1 sec. I had too much coffee.
We're gonna have a talk.
Yeah, he leaves us while we're in combat, shoots us.
Yeah.
In the back.
Of course, he's gonna say it was your fault. You got in his way.
Yeah,
All right.
clearly.
So is that first goal? Is he dead?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Benrus finished him.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So yeah, I like the way that damage. I liked what they say in the 1E DMG about damage, about how the hit points is not like a representation so much of how much wounds you have for like the first 80% of your hit points. It's literally like abstracted into like stamina and just it's only like the last handful of hit points that is like the actual like wounds that actually drop you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like a lot of it is like you know, like if you have 20 hit points, like the first like 15 is you just getting like worn down,
Yeah.
right? Like winded and tired and everything. It's only like the last handful that represent your actual like physical, you know, like
Blood.
wounds. Yeah. It's all abstracted, you know. It's cool. The 1E DMG is awesome. I really like it, even though it takes me reading the paragraph like 18 times to understand it. I still really like it. Okay, so that's the end of round 2. Let us get the same thing. Let's get intentions and initiative here. If you're doing the same thing, you can just roll for it. I'll know what you're doing. This is going to be a 2 attack round for Zadar.
No, I think that one was.
Last one was. Yeah.
Last one was okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Oh, that's honest players right there. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead and let me know what you guys are doing. You can do it in any order you want.
Loman's gonna try move behind Zadar and throw the holy water vial
Okay.
at the ghoul.
Okay. Perfect. Give me a flat initiative on that. Very good. Zadar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for like a piercing attack since that slash didn't go well.
Okay. You're going to try to stab at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of a underhanded lunge forward
Mm-hmm.
and up.
Okay. I'm getting a picture here. Benrus.
Benrus can't fit through there, I presume.
No, he can shout commands though. Hint, hint.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot about the dog. Shadow.
Oh my God. I can't even believe. Yeah, I haven't been running with him. I can't believe that.
Oh, we all forgot Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant shout commands at your compatriots.
Hmm. Oh. Yeah, he's
Zadar, you can see the dwarf. Let me just put it to you this way: you can see the dwarf eagerly trying to get in there with you,
Yeah, so Benrus says, "Well, Zadar, if you want to let me take a turn, I'm here and ready."
or back out.
Yeah, actually, back out so we can both swing at him.
Okay.
Would that provoke an attack of opportunity, though?
Well, if he disengages, it won't. Like if he withdraws, he can move without provoking an attack. But he won't get an attack that if he does that.
Won't get an attack. Yeah.
So that's. But Benrus will be ready with his bastard sword if it comes into position.
Yeah, you guys aren't gonna both get in there. I was gonna see if I would allow it, but no, it's too narrow.
Yeah, it looks to.
Yeah. Okay.
Zadar's
Talissa.
drunk on bless. He's not going anywhere.
Okay.
Talissa will just stay where she is, ready her sickle, in case the ghoul breaks through the lines here.
Well, don't you have again, I don't want to play for anybody, but let me.
Well,
What am I doing? Hold on. I'm trying to.
Oops, sorry.
No, you're fine. I just need to roll Airwalk. Forgot I was playing him. Ugh, horrible initiative. Okay, what now? Babe, what were you saying? You were going to
I'm
what
just
now?
gonna. I don't want to. I don't want to do a ranged weapon into melee, so I'm just going to use my sickle if needed. Probably won't get an opportunity to do anything, but I don't know what else to do.
Okay. You ready in your sickle?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and roll with the sickle in case
It
something
did.
else comes in here. Okay. All right, it looks like, all right, we're here. Loman, you are up.
Okay, I heard what Benrus said, so I'm gonna move a little bit behind Benrus and try and toss the vial
Okay.
at
So
the
go ahead
ghoul.
and, yep. So go ahead and target the ghoul. Okay. Do a roll a Thaco from the main.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. What is it? Yeah. and this. Okay, so you step up and you toss this. It doesn't quite land home on the ghoul. It actually hits the wall to the right. It actually flies over Zadar's head and hits the wall to the right of it
Okay.
and shatters on
Okay.
the wall. And when it shatters, it actually, splashes a bunch of holy water all over Zadar and the ghoul. So let me look at your holy water here. So what I'm just gonna give it to you because it's at such close quarters right there. It's almost a direct hit. So apply the first damage, the 1d6 plus 1,
Okay.
but no splash. I gotta penalize you somewhat for not getting a direct hit, but it's so close. Okay. And you see this thing just recoil in pain as this liquid, this holy liquid hits it. It just cries out in pain. And go ahead and deplete that. You already did. Very good. Did you delete it or just check it off?
I checked it.
Okay, just go ahead and delete it.
Okay.
Zadar, you see, so it seems like lots of shit is coming flying from behind you. You've been hit with an arrow. You've been almost hit with with 2 arrows, and now a glass vial kind of startles you as it hits the wall to the right of your head and shatters a bunch of glass and God only knows what. You don't know what just got thrown, but a bunch of cool liquid just splashes all over your face, and you see it hit the ghoul, and this creature just it screams out in agony, and there's like rillets of smoke coming off of it, and it looks like it's like looking at itself right now instead of you. Its attention is drawn as it's freaking out.
I'm going to. I mean, I already stated my intention, right?
Yeah, but what were you
Yeah.
thinking?
Of disengaging and moving back, maybe like 10 feet,
You can do that.
or like next to Benris,
There's absolutely you can do that.
and that takes your attack away.
Yeah, you won't be able to make an attack, but you
Okay.
definitely can disengage. You want to disengage?
Zadar's going to take one final swing and see if he can finish it off.
Okay, so he's not going to disengage.
No,
Okay, go ahead
not
and
this.
roll that attack.
Well,
Not this time.
you could attack and then pull back, but it would get an opportunity attack if it survives.
That's what
Right?
I want to avoid.
Okay.
I'm going to take one last swing and then
Yeah.
probably like back into the room and like
Yeah, I
just
thought
kind of
once you
like,
attack, your movement stops, is the way that I always
yeah.
interpreted it. I know some people interpret it different than
Yeah.
that, but
Okay.
the way that I interpret it is the once you take the main action, that's it.
Okay.
I
That's where it
like
stops. The
that.
movement has to happen before, so you're not gonna be able to back up after. If you're fully committed to attacking him, you're staying there.
Okay, I'm
So
lunging.
is it rillets? Oh, that's a beautiful hit.
Nice.
Sweet.
On the wrist.
Ugh.
What's your damage here? 5. That's a pretty good
Yeah.
hit, even rolling a 1. I think that's the second one you've rolled. So you hit it in the wrist, and it looks like you've hacked off half of its hand.
Oh, maybe it loses an attack.
Yeah.
Melissa,
Okay. Alyssa does not see an opportunity to attack, so she's going to delay.
okay. You can see this thing is in severe pain, and it kind of looks over its shoulder, almost like it is thinking about running away, but it does take a Hail Mary swing at you with its left hand, its right hand having had the wrist almost completely severed. And it misses you with the claw, most likely because it's been reeling in pain, but it does try to take a bite at you. And misses with that as well. And by the way, guys, the paralyzation only comes from the claws. It does not come from the bite.
Oh, okay.
That is a sage advice straight from Gary's and other people's mouth. So the chance of being paralyzed is only with the claws. It's only on the shit and bacteria under the fingernails. It's
Huh.
not from the bite, from whatever reason. So
Hmm.
bite does not qualify. Very lucky,
They're like
Benrus.
dogs. Their mouths are cleaner than ours.
There you go.
Yeah.
Benrus.
Benrus just shakes his head and he goes, "Silly kid, be a hero." Um,
You can delay. You can try to do something.
um,
I'll allow you to try to do something.
well, he doesn't want to pull Zadar back because he wants to choose for glory.
You don't want to unclog the toilet?
I know.
Well-
Horse collar me by my new brass plate.
Well, I guess if I pulled him, well, then if I pulled him back, the ghoul would get an opportunity attack on him, right?
I'd
Maybe.
say so. That'd be even worse than like.
Yeah, so I don't want to
Yeah,
cause
but,
that.
You know, he's paralyzed. He's paralyzed. I mean,
Oh, is he paralyzed?
no, I'm saying
No,
Oh.
not yet.
Might
Okay.
be
Yeah.
He might get paralyzed.
Well, he's
Take
not
the
yet.
risk. Let me ask you this: what would Benrus do, frustrated at this point? And let's count as Shadow is here. Even like I've been balancing the game for it, and I need to start doing that. It's hard to handle NPCs or companions.
Yeah.
The
I don't
dog
get
just
slip between my legs.
the dog is barking like crazy during all of this, but he's staying with near his master.
Well,
Let's just say that.
Benrus is gonna say to Shadow, "Ready, Shadow."
Okay.
Sick balls.
So he's ready.
Sick ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Can do that.
Oh, and it says
What the fuck just happened?
what?
Why did?
Oh.
Hold on. What? Did you damage yourself, Tommy?
No,
What just happened?
I haven't touched my mouse in like 2 minutes.
That was
As soon
sick.
as it
What?
as
That
soon
was.
as it was Airwalk's turn, he killed
Oh
Zadar.
no!
Yeah, it was.
It was the ghoul. It was the ghoul because he's standing on top of the ghoul.
Oh.
It was
Oh,
the natural
it's
selection.
the token.
like-
It was the other,
was the
yeah,
token.
token.
I don't
Okay.
like removing them until I'm done with the combat, but I'll
Yeah.
remember how many of these are. So
I thought Airwalk just killed.
I thought I did it. I was
Yeah.
clicking on something. So again, it's 1. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, 1.
An AI
Oh.
Airwalk.
Don't fire, Airwalk.
It's useless.
Looks like he had the right target this time.
Yeah. Phew.
Oh, can you see the target?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to get. I'm not going to target next time. That is a hit.
Oh, you want to keep us in suspense?
Oh my God! So an arrow comes
Good.
flying. What's up with the 1 damage tonight, guys? So an arrow comes flying over Zadar. Once again, an arrow comes flying out of the darkness. Seems this is like the 4th projectile that you narrowly missed. It comes flying through the darkness and it goes right through the face of this thing that's in front of you, and it just falls back into the darkness, out of sight. You
Mhm.
can't see it. Literally, you're like 2 feet from the cutoff light of the torch. So just imagine the arrow coming over your shoulder through the thing's head, and then it just falls backwards, and you can't see it anymore. It's laying down somewhere in the dark beyond your vision, right there. Talissa,
Are we in combat
I
still?
don't know. I'm asking you
I
what you're
think.
doing.
Well, there's no target.
Yeah, but
Um,
I'm asking
so
what
she
you're doing.
her intentions was to use the sickle if need be.
Okay, let me describe the
And
situation. You don't see anything or hear anything presently.
okay, well, besides Arawak, there's really nobody that she would want to use the sickle on in this situation.
Hmm.
So-
Okay.
and she's not going to kill her.
Okay.
Kill her
She
ally
won't
at this
kill
point.
the Grugok at this time. Okay.
Not at this juncture, no.
Okay.
So she's complete her turn.
I'm going to take it out of combat for now. Well, I mean, there could be more combat, but I'll take it out of this right now.
I'd like to take a few steps back into the room.
Absolutely. And I'm going to do this as well.
Interesting. Well, maybe I shouldn't say anything. But I just noticed the name of the map.
Everybody see the party token?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Okay. Can you move the party token?
I can, yeah.
Beautiful. There
Yeah.
we go. See, I like doing it this. What do you guys think of this technique?
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
You like it, Dwayne?
Yeah, that's good.
It just makes it easier on the players and on the DM. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, and I mean, and that's why it's like good. Be very specific about what you guys are doing, so that if and when we go into like zoomed in encounter mode, like I have a good idea where the placement is and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, what's everybody doing? It's quiet. You don't hear anything else coming at the moment. It's eerily quiet again. Just picture
I
this room. Just
just
picture this room with torchlight bouncing shadows off all the skeletal remains. Just like put yourself there.
Who's carrying the torch? Is the torch just on the wall at this point?
Oh,
Torch on the
Loman.
wall.
Oh, there's
Loman is carrying the
yeah.
torch.
Loman has one.
Yep.
And did we search the ghouls? Do we want to search the ghouls?
Yeah, we should search them.
Okay.
Case.
So moving up the hallway into where both of the ghouls have fallen, you notice that one of them is completely naked. Like it doesn't have any clothes, and the other one has tattered pants that look, that are just like completely shredded, and a rope used as a belt. So
How
one of
long is
them
this rope?
probably about 3.5 feet, maybe, to get
Okay.
around the waist and tie off, and grimy old rope
Okay.
around holding up even grimier pants. Anyone want any pants? Anybody seen Terminator when he steals the bum's pants at the
Yeah.
beginning?
Yes.
It's like it's like it's like that level of filthy pants.
ew. I'm good.
I don't want to touch any of this. If it was a useful rope, I would take it, but it sounds like it's grimy and only
Yeah.
only 3 feet long. So let's move on.
Is
Yeah.
the snake face statue still behaving itself?
The snake-faced ivory statue still looks magnificent and foreboding as ever, standing silently like a sentinel in the back of the room.
Alyssa still won't look at it.
Okay.
She's got her sight set to the east. Airwalk, you want to scout ahead just a bit?
He doesn't
Think-
say anything as soon as you say that, but he does begin walking out of the light. You see him stop at the edge, like where it's dark. You're assuming he has to let his eyes adjust.
Okay, well, we'll wait for him to come back to us, hopefully. Tell us what's up.
Someone deplete a torch.
Probably.
I don't care who, but anybody.
Okay,
I
yeah.
have 4.
Okay.
Who,
I
I
can
have
carry it.
4. I can light one.
You don't
I'll
need to light
deplete
it.
him.
You don't. I'm gonna add the torch
Take one of
effect.
mine. I have 4.
All you need to do is just take down one of you take down one from your inventory because I'm applying the effect to the party token.
I'm gonna offer one of mine to Loman, since that one burnt out.
Okay, yeah. So take it off, then you can light it up.
Just change the number on it, Tommy. Do you know how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And a torch is relit. It didn't go pure black before you guys were able to get another one out. You saw it pittering out, and you're able to pull this out of your bag, Zadar, and hand it to Loman, and at which time you guys were able to light it up so you didn't wind up in pitch blackness in here, which is something I don't think you guys want.
No.
A short time later, Arawak comes back and he kind of shields his eyes. He's kind of at the edge of the range of the light. He shields his eyes, but he beckons you guys forward.
Okay, we move forward.
You reach the junction.
Okay, we
At which
probably.
time
Oh, go ahead.
Arawak actually turns and starts going north.
Okay.
So he's right about here. Do you follow or do you stay?
What? Does he look like he wants to be alone?
No, he looks like he's just his normal Arawak guiding you guys around.
Okay, we'll follow. If he's not indicating we
Yeah.
should stay.
No, he's not telling you to stand back. He has not signaled you at all. He started by beckoning you and he's just continued walking without stopping.
Okay, we'll keep following him.
You come into a central chamber right here. So one thing that you notice about this is that when you come in right here, there's only about a 6-inch clearance above your head, Zadar. It's pretty the roof is pretty low right here, but then it opens back up once you get under it. So right around here, it's pretty low. Like the ceiling is pretty low. Then it opens up to about 10 feet where you guys are standing right now. And you see Airwalk kind of, he's like going around the wall and he seems kind of perturbed in this area, like he's trying to figure out something is not right, as if something is not right. He's like going around the wall and feeling around and he's looking for something.
I'm going to carve another quick Z into the wall.
Okay, that's
on
the third
north
one.
side there.
Yep, right here.
Yeah, this should be the 4th.
Yes, I think it's the third, right? No, it's the fourth.
Yeah.
So does it seem like he's looking for a secret door or something?
He's definitely checking the wall, like he's feeling around, like he is definitely looking for something.
Okay, Benris will step up and look as well.
What exactly is Benros looking for? Anything?
Any seams in the
He
stone?
doesn't say anything. He just starts searching with them.
Looking for seams in the stone, like any pivot points or mechanisms in the wall.
Yep.
And so this is going to look at the walls for any like growing matter, like any type of
Moss or
underground plants
organic.
or moss. Yeah. He likes to collect mosses.
Okay. Dwayne, go ahead and give me a die 6
Okay.
in the tower, please. You don't see anything out of the ordinary in here, other than shoddy workmanship, which kind of disgusts you. But you do see Arawak. He seems pretty focused on this section right here.
And Benros didn't see anything in that section?
He did not. No.
Also
Benros,
just ask Airwalk, like, what are you looking at exactly?
So as you say that, you actually see him, a smirk kind of crosses his face, and you see him pull back. There's actually it's just like the canvas area that you guys had come through before. You see him pull back this muddy, dirt-caked canvas that is concealing a room right behind here.
Mm. Wow.
another one of those.
Yeah,
How
they
did you
seem to
see
like
that?
these. Come on, I want to delete this so you guys can actually. There we go. One more. There you go. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Without a word, you see he rips aside one of these canvases. It's like a tarp, right? Just covered in mud. Someone put some rocks at the foot of it. It really is. They really did a good job of making this look like part of the wall. But you see him rip aside this curtain, because that's what essentially it is. And he steps in here without a word into this back room. And what you guys can see is that there's a couple chests lined up on the floor in here.
Hey.
In the room, I should say that the ceiling is really low in here. I mean, we're talking about 5 foot high. He has to duck to get in here. It's almost like an alcove, right? Like a tiny little alcove with like a 5 foot high. You know, the ceiling is about 5 foot. Um, and he starts fidgeting around with one of the chests in here. He looks to be examining it. Short time later, I mean, if you guys are just standing there watching, you see him
I'm
open.
standing guard, yeah.
Okay,
Maybe Loman
Loman.
can go in there.
Yeah, I'll go in and see if he needs any assistance.
So he doesn't look like he needs much help. You can see him open up one of the chests. It fairly quickly. He opens it up, and you can see this look of disappointment on his face. Holding the torch up over his head, you can actually see the chest is empty. He eyeballs the other two. One of them on the north corner appears to be open. Its lid is like slightly open. He kicks that open with his foot. That is empty. And he turns to the other one. He eyeballs he seems kind of frustrated at this point. He takes a quick rudimentary glance at the latch on it, and without any more thought, he swings it open, and you can see that this is empty apart from a bunch of cobwebs and some rags. and then he makes a noise. He puffs and makes a noise and kicks the chest, and the lid kind of pops back down. A puff of dust comes up.
Nasa kind of softly calls in and says, "You sure there's no secret compartments in those chests?
Is
Maybe
she
move them out of the way."
is she asking Arawak this?
Both Airwalk and Loman.
Yeah, Loman will take a look.
So Arawak's like, this place has been cleaned out. Loman, you're just gonna look around.
I'm
After
checking if there's any like the
Yeah.
thickness of the chest and see if there could be a false
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah. So looking around, you're fairly certain. I mean, it doesn't take you long to ascertain that it's fairly certain there's nothing out of the ordinary here. It just looks as though this what used to be someone's little cubby hole where they would store their loot, and it's obvious been to you. It's obvious that it's been cleaned out, and probably for some time. So someone at one point took great pains to conceal it here, but they obviously
Disappointing.
have moved their collection someplace else.
Hmm.
Well, there appears to be nothing here. Shall we
You
move
roll
on?
surprise. Everybody roll surprise.
Okay. Fenris is surprised again.
Yeah, he
A
is
lot
just
of us are
one
surprised.
surprised cat. All right, so out of the darkness, you guys hear the familiar, friendly sound again. It looks like
Saliva anthem.
Talissa, yeah, exactly.
Ah.
So, oh my God. So, Zadar, you're definitely startled. Talissa is startled. Benrus is startled. Loman and Arawak, you got that familiar feeling again of oh fuck, as one of these undead monstrosities comes running out of the dark. Let me put you guys here.
I know I was out, kind of standing guard.
You were,
I was kind of in the doorway because I was talking
yep,
to
you were. I'll
I-
get you guys settled. Probably gonna have to. It's too tight, so we're gonna probably have to put it about like this. Okay, Arawak, I'm gonna say is right here. And Talissa, I'm missing Talissa. Where were you again? You were outside the doorway, correct?
Yeah, I would be right there.
Yeah, that's kind of how I envisioned it. I mean,
Yep,
does that
because I
seem
would have
pretty
moved
close,
out and
guys?
then Loman would have followed.
Well, actually, Arawak was in the
Airwalk would have
room.
been in there, yeah.
Yeah, he's in here.
Yeah,
Loman was actually in there with him, but it's
was.
so narrow. I have to put him out here, but we'll assume that they were both in there. But we'll go from there. There we go. Okay, guys. So it looks like Zadar, you are surprised. Talissa, Benra. So the only people here, I know what Arawak is going to do. He's going to rush out and try to take a pot shot at this thing. Loman, what were you thinking about doing, buddy? Since you can hear the ghoul come, you're in there with Arawak, but you can hear this thing.
Yeah, I'm getting my holy symbol out and preparing to go out and turn it.
Oh, very good. Okay. Okay, roll with D10 flat.
Okay.
Holy symbol. Oh, nice. The acorn, I love it,
Yeah.
man. That's really cool. Okay. So we got everybody. We do. Now,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you see the ghoul. Okay, so Loman, you can actually see the shadow in the torchlight. You can see the arms, along this wall. You can see the shadow of a humanoid figure coming rushing out, and it beelines it straight for Talissa. Seems this place is just crawling with ghouls. And it takes a couple of swipes.
It wasn't quite fast enough.
Oh.
Talissa, you feel your entire body lock up, and it bites
Yeah.
you right in the neck. What is up with the 1 damage tonight? Bites you right in the neck. Your body is completely froze up as you look on in horror as this thing just locks onto your neck and starts chewing.
Hmm.
Appears to have caught your leather armor right now, but you shudder to think of what could happen in a few more minutes of it doing this. Loman.
Okay. Name of Bervin Wild Wanderer, begone.
So first of all, she's kind of blocking the. You got to imagine you're still in here,
Yeah.
but you're at the threshold,
Okay.
and you can clearly see what's going on. So I just wanted you to know that you're kind of standing right here.
Yeah.
You're literally like you could almost touch this thing.
Yeah. So I'm presenting it right in its face. The acorn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what does he say again?
Name of Bervin Wild Wanderer, begone.
Love it.
Okay. See if I can get a turn to work now. Oh! It's like a.
Yeah, and what I'm wondering about that too is, yeah, no, that's right. Because if you look at the turning table, so this thing looks like yeah, if you look at go ahead and do a rule check on that one while I'm running this. But you look in the player's handbook and check the turntable. Um, I think that's right.
Oh
Because
yeah,
it
no,
is
that's definitely
yeah,
right. Because I
yeah,
only rolled a 4. Like I think I need an 8 for like skeletons.
for a ghoul. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I love that name, Bervin Wild Wanderer.
You'll get better at it. I mean, what level are you? You're level 2 cleric
Bervin
right now?
Wild.
Oh, you're level 1 cleric,
Yeah, I'm
dude.
still
That's
level
what.
1
Yeah,
cleric.
it's multi-classing, It's just a
Yep.
slower progression.
Yeah,
I know, I
exactly.
love that too, babe. I love his. Yeah, but you
Yeah.
guys, dude, you guys are getting there. In fact, some of you are gonna level up like real soon. Real soon.
Yeah,
Real
for a ghoul
soon.
I need a 16.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's no wonder it hasn't been working lately.
Yeah.
You bet there's been high level undead that you guys have taken on.
Yeah.
And you've gotten extremely lucky too. Arawak. Arawak senses trouble. He runs out. He runs through here, runs through Loman. He shoves Loman out of the way and he turns and he just takes a shot.
I'm gonna have a talk with this guy.
Yep, takes a shot. Okay.
Who did he hit?
Suspense is gonna kill you guys right now. You see an arrow land right in the back of Talissa
Oh,
in the shoulder blade. Talissa, you can feel the pain, but you can't cry out and scream.
No.
Zadar, you have your hand on your hilt, but you're still kind of shocked at this thing coming running out. Talissa, you are completely paralyzed. Benrus, you start going for your weapon. Next round.
Okay, Benrus is going to swing two-handed.
Very good. Roll with that.
So Loman's at the threshold of the door. Is he able to actually attack it?
No, but he can move into position somewhere else. Like for instance, if he wanted to attack, he could move. Well, yeah, I'll give it to you. I mean, it's going to be it's going to be one of those like angled, like, at least a -2 if he wants to. He's going to try to hit it with the bow or the staff.
The staff.
I'll give that to you without a penalty because you can use it. You can poke. Great.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah. Okay. Zadar.
They have some room to move up next to Benris, right?
Oh yeah.
Cool. That's where I will be headed. Longsword in hand.
Okay. Roll that. Beautiful.
Alyssa's just standing there. Should I even roll initiative to stand there? Paralyzed?
Roll a flat initiative. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. That's what I want. All right. Who's missing? Arawak.
Airwalk?
Me. Yeah. Arawak draws his longsword. After having hit the beautiful druid in the back, seems to have changed his mind about tactics.
Finally.
he didn't care about hitting Zadar, but
Well, he's already hit 2 people. He's hit Zadar. Yeah, so he's hit 2 people in about 10 minutes. So I think he just decided he's going to change tactics. At which point, another ghoul comes out of the darkness from
Shit.
behind Arawak. Loman, you actually, Venerus and Zadar, you guys are focused on this, but Loman, you actually you kind of sense something coming up from the east.
okay.
You can see a shadow on the wall right there. A shadowy flicker kind of appears on the wall.
Watch out, Airwalk.
So right now, just so you know, the light in the room is you.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
I'll be right back.
So you have, and again, so in order to use that staff, you're going to have to drop that torch on the ground.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah, because otherwise we're not, yeah. You can attempt to use well, no, you can't actually. That's a two-handed weapon. Yeah, you're gonna have to drop. You can carry. Obviously, you can carry the staff in one hand and the torch, but to attack effectively with it, you're gonna have to drop the torch.
That makes sense.
Which will still illuminate, but again, it's just gonna be on the floor, and it might be a little bit dark for some people.
Yeah.
Okay, Talissa, you are paralyzed as hell. Zadar. Oh, he walked away for a minute. Wait till he gets back. This is a single attack round. So what do you guys think about this area?
Unpleasant.
Very messed up area. And Talissa's very eager to get back outside in the fresh air.
It does smell really bad in here. Again, I should add.
Talissa senses that it's a full moon outside and she's
You know how like when a rat dies in the wall,
mm-hmm.
it's that type of smell.
Hmm.
I'm back.
All right, you are up just in time.
Okay, sorry about that.
Nope, you're good. This is a single attack round for you, specialized with longsword. You're closing in the distance.
Closing in, targeting,
Yeah,
lunging.
Get 'em, Zadar.
I will.
that's
Yeah.
that is yeah, that. So you lunge attacked. The blade got stuck. The blade is literally stuck right through the thing's neck. Go ahead and roll damage.
1.
Go.
No, just kidding. Oh, good.
It's definitely hurt. Definitely hurt. Go ahead and end your turn. Loman, you're gonna have to drop that torch if you want to make an attack. I'll move you where you are too. You're right here.
Could I actually attack with the torch? Like shove it into the thing? Burn it?
How would that work? You're gonna try to burn it? Well, I don't want to give anything away, but he doesn't look very flammable. I mean, you could try to poke it with, maybe do 1d3 fire damage on it, but I don't think he's gonna ignite.
No, I'm not expecting him to ignite. I'm just trying to weigh the options between dropping the torch or using it. Okay.
You could definitely, if you want to, attack or hold out the flame to it, you could do that.
No, I'll just drop it and swing with this stuff.
Okay, the torch actually drops out near to at Talissa's feet. There's enough light, even though it's not as good. The light isn't as good as it was with you holding it up,
Okay.
because it's on the floor, right? So
Yes.
everybody, it's kind of like the light is like when you're shining a flashlight under the face. So a lot of the fighters can't see as good right now, but you definitely can get an attack off with your bow. And you're poking it rather than swinging it side to side. So go ahead and target and roll an attack. This is a reach weapon. It is a critical hit. And
Nice.
did you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, did you roll damage? Oh, you didn't roll damage. Go ahead and roll damage. And
Uh,
the torch hits the ground. Staff comes out of nowhere, and so what happened here is that Zadar, you had stuck the longsword through the thing's neck, and almost immediately after you had done that, the gnome thrusts that staff forward and just hits the thing in the side of the or the side of the skull, and just caves half of its face in.
Teamwork.
And it just drops. Yep.
Making the dream work.
Simultaneously, when that happens, you see, or actually, Benrush, you can hear the thing coming up from behind Zadar. You don't see this yet. Talissa, you don't see anything, but you can see that this ghoul has come up behind Arawak with murder in its eyes.
nah.
Hit. And a bite. So you see Arawak get hit.
Oh.
He falls back,
Uh-uh.
but he's still mobile, and the thing lunges on top of him, jumps on top of him, and starts biting him.
Oh.
Fenris. You see that your compatriot, the other fighter in the group, and the gnome have effectively destroyed the one ghoul.
Okay, can I get over to where I can attack this thing?
You can.
Okay. Do so.
And the reason why is because this is more like what the situation is.
Okay.
Like this thing
Perfect.
is on top of you. Don't need to even move.
Okay.
It's wide enough in here that where you can do that, and there's no penalty. It's literally it's kind of on top of him. And in fact, I'm gonna need you to, because I said he's on top of him.
Yes, you did. What do I need to do?
I need to do it.
Oh.
Okay. What are you doing?
Swinging at this ghoul on top of my ally.
Okay, untarget him and roll an attack.
Untarget him?
Yeah, I got you. There you go. Just roll an attack roll.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a miss. Luckily for you, because you notice that when you swing, it almost decapitates the the Grugok. See Aerowalk going for. He's trying to use that longsword, but he can't because this thing is literally on top of him, biting. And you see him drop the sword out of his hand and start trying to reach for this blade in his boot, but he can't quite seem to get it. Finally, he's able to get his hand on it and unsheath it. What is everybody doing?
Fenris is swinging at the ghoul.
Okay.
So Alyssa's still paralyzed, I think.
Yes, she's paralyzed.
Loman's picking up the torch and getting out his holy symbol again.
Okay.
I laugh a little bit at Airwalk and then feel bad and slowly start moving in
Oh
that
my
direction.
god.
Okay. All right.
Zadar's just surprised to see him like bleeding and like
Mhm.
in the situation he's in. So he
Yeah,
kind
he's
of
not in a
like
good situation.
he kind of scoffed.
He's trying to get that blade. He finally got the blade out of his boot. He's got a few daggers on him, by the way, but he just couldn't get a grip on it. He had to drop his blade. His blade is on the ground. Come on, Lee. I got a cat situation here, guys. Familiar.
Got a catuation.
I got Lilu. Look at Lilu, Tommy.
Oh,
You see
girl.
Lilu? Lilu.
the
Yeah.
rabbit. The rabbit cat.
A rabbit cat, dude. She's the shit. Okay. What, we got everybody? Looks like we got everybody except me. I keep forgetting that I'm playing asshole tonight. The asshole that we all love. You guys have done really well, dude. I thought I was gonna kill at least one of you tonight.
Somebody's got to be an asshole.
You guys have gotten extremely lucky with the rolls tonight, man. Like, wow. These are not easy to kill. Might have to throw a couple gases
Maybe
at you guys.
speaking too
Yeah,
soon.
we've only had one paralyzation. We've been lucky.
Yeah, been
Yeah.
very lucky. Very lucky. It looks like we're good. Loman, you are up.
Okay, so I'm picking up the torch and getting
Yeah.
my holy symbol out.
Okay, you're able to do that. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, move down to here.
You can do that.
That's it.
Okay. You can try to turn if.
I didn't know if I had
just
enough action to do that.
definitely do.
Okay.
With that little of movement and yeah, dude.
Okay.
Absolutely, you can attempt to turn. It's such little movement and it's so low to the ground. You know, you literally you got a minute to bend down and pick something up.
Oh, I did it. What?
I don't think you can turn ghouls at level 1, buddy.
Yeah, I can. It says
What do you have
I
to roll an 18?
no 16. No, something went wrong because that should have turned him. Like, look in the chat.
I
It
believe
says
level 1. Yeah.
I believe you.
yeah.
Oh, did you have anything? Did you have it? Do you have to target it? Did you have it targeted?
Oh yeah. I thought I had it. Pretty
Hold
sure I
on.
had it
We'll figure
targeted,
it out.
but maybe
We'll
it
figure it
wasn't.
out.
Here, I'll drop it on it. Maybe.
I already did it. It didn't do it.
Oh,
I just
okay.
need to see where the turntable is. Turntable here.
Yeah, I
My
was just
cat is
looking at
frozen.
it. I need a 16 for ghoul.
Okay, I believe you. What is the effect on it though? Is it just turned or is
Yeah,
it
it's
a
turned.
spell?
Turned.
Okay. All right. So you see this thing. Can you tell me what page that is, just so I can bookmark that?
Oh, I was just looking in Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah,
Here, um,
I got it. I got it.
table 61.
Yep, I got it. And remind me again too. It's yeah, that's right. 16 or 2 hit die. These might be more than 2 hit die. Is the problem? Is this? Hold on. Am I? I think I know what the problem is here. Oh yeah, that's what it is. It's a ghast.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's not turned.
Yeah.
No, it says ghoul. Paralyzed. No, this is a ghoul. I think the hit dice are set wrong on this thing. Let's see. No, 2 die 8.
Well, it's like in the monster manual. It's a ghoul, comma ghast is how they're denoted, but
It
Yeah,
says
I
no
don't know that.
targets. It says like you weren't targeting him or something.
No, it's it doesn't need to be targeted. It's
Uh,
just it will just tell you what you have what you're able to have turned. And again, this is a ghoul. From what I'm looking at right now, this is a
yeah,
ghoul. It's not even a ghast. It says it's 2 die 8 hit points. That's 2 hit die,
yeah,
right?
yep.
And it says 2 hit die. You're right. It's
I mean, is it like a line of sight thing because of the tokens or the
no,
map?
no. It's just there's just
Unless
something
the
off.
targeting came off, but I thought I had it targeted. But
I don't think you need to have it targeted though,
yeah,
man. That's my point.
yeah, like, well, it shows in the chat what you turned, and
Hmm. Yeah, as level 1. Turn level 1 is undead. 17, no targets. Turn nothing.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean. Or
you know
yeah,
what?
maybe you're like stuck in the wall or
Maybe
something.
yeah.
you do need to target it. So try that again. Just try it again until until it turns it. Let's just see what happens. Just target him. I just curious. Just target him and
Oh,
keep
you know what?
spamming
What the
turn.
problem is for targeting is the turn on the combat tracker. It's not on me, so it's not letting me target
Okay, here.
because you're pausing at the start of the round.
Yeah, all right. So go ahead and target him. Because he's already. Don't worry, he's turned. You rolled enough. You were
Yeah,
1 point over, which is great. I just want to make sure that it works, so we don't have to do it manually every time.
I know it's not letting me. Oh, there, finally. Yeah,
How many creatures is it? Two? Is it 2 die 6
2 die
or is it
6.
one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, there.
there you go.
Oh,
Roll it again. Let's see if we can get it like on a 17 or something or a 16. Yeah, you have to have it targeted.
oh,
Belled, yeah.
14 did it. 17 surely would have done it.
Why would 14 do it? See, it's supposed to be.
Oh, you think that's too low?
Yeah,
yeah. That should be. Yeah, that
it
shouldn't
should be
have turned.
16.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't.
Definitely has
Don't.
to do with the targeting, though.
Yeah. Here.
So even 16 shouldn't have done it, huh?
Yeah, 16 should do it.
16
6.
should do it.
Yeah,
So
16.
15 shouldn't do it.
Yes.
And
Or-
14 shouldn't do it.
Yeah, 14 shouldn't have.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's almost
And a
like it's
pickle.
treating it. It's almost like it's treating you as a level 2.
Maybe it's Because I'm thief level 2. Maybe it's reading that for some reason.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
almost is like it's level 2 because I bet you if you rolled a 13, it will turn it.
But
Did
it
you
said,
already roll a 13?
but it says turned as level 1, so it's saying
Yeah,
that, but might be going to the table based on the thief level.
yeah. So what we could do is, well, you and I will screw around with it more because I
Yeah,
want this one to be accurate,
yeah,
and we'll figure out what's going on with it.
yeah,
But I mean, it might be working correctly, and we're just not. Maybe there's some modifier.
yeah. Maybe we're
Is
missing something.
wisdom modifier that we're not seeing or something? Does that get added to turn?
Not that
What's
I
your
can
wisdom?
think of.
Yeah, I know. I don't think
I
so
don't
either.
think
Maybe it's
wisdom
like,
adds to turn. My wisdom is 16.
which would give you
As
what,
level
plus
1.
one
That's
or
weird.
something, or two hit dice. 16. Okay, 13. Yeah, I'll play with it later. But usually, I've always when we've checked it before, it's always been accurate. This is the only time I've ever had
Well,
an
I'd
issue
count
with
that.
it.
I'd count that 17 for sure, though.
but it's saying
Oh no,
zombie or 1 to 2 hit die, so maybe it's reading its hit die
it is.
for that.
Where does it say zombie or one or two hit
In the
die?
chat, right? With the 14.
All right, let me see. In the chat. I don't see it in the chat.
Oh, here, I'll take a screenshot and drop it in the Discord.
What chat? In the Fantasy Grounds
Yeah,
chat?
Fantasy Grounds chat.
The
Oh,
14?
Yeah. Like above the 14, it like before it shows the roll, it says turn value and it says that it's the hit die that's turned.
yeah, I see.
See,
How do
that's what I see in the chat above the roll.
I don't see that.
Oh, really? It doesn't show it to the
Yeah,
GM?
yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't see that at
Oh,
all.
yeah.
Yeah, wow, dude. Seriously?
And
Yeah,
it's
look at mine. Like that's crazy. How can the DM not get that? That's crazy. Look at this. That's why I was like, where are you seeing this? Check this out. This is what I see.
oh wow, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's why I knew
that's what it is, dude.
on the
That's
first
what it
one
is.
I knew because it showed that as well for the
Yeah.
17.
Skeleton or one hit die, zombie or one or two hit die, 1 to 2 hit die.
You-
That's why.
That was for the initial
And
roll. It showed that.
yeah, I don't see that. That is absolutely bizarre. Wow. I need to go in there and actually look at that and fix that. That's a bug, dude.
Yeah.
That should totally be visible to the DM. That's like so. I wonder what happens if I select you and
Is that
actually
because
do
of
it.
an extra mod, maybe, that he has?
It's this turning mod for sure. This turn undead isn't part of the regular fantasy grounds, is it, Dwayne?
No. Well,
The
I
turn.
think
I
he
mean,
did it like special for 2E probably because it's
no, I mean without. You know how I use Sternos in your
oh
game, in your Salt Marsh game. Do you have the turn button?
yes, yeah,
You do,
yes,
and you're not using Sternos.
yeah. No, it's part of 2E, but
Okay.
it's he. I think he did it differently than like because they have turn in 5E, but I bet it's set up differently.
Okay. Now when I roll it for you, I can actually see that.
Oh, okay,
I can actually see it now.
yeah,
When I wow, man, that's so weird. Okay, well, we learn something new every day. All right.
yeah.
Well, anyways, you turned him. You see this thing. Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to. We're just nerding out on that right
Uh,
there. But you see that, you want things to be accurate, especially with turn undead. So you see this thing recoil in horror at the. You see this thing recoil in horror at Dwayne's acorn. What does he do, Loman? What does he do, Loman?
he looks at the acorn and feels the power of Vervin, and then wants to get away. Is quickly as possible.
So he holds it up, and so you have the torch in one hand and the acorn in the other.
Yes.
Did he say anything?
Be gone, creature. Crawl back into the hole you came from.
So when you do that, it pulls a Nosferatu in it, and it's like that, like that, and you can see this kind of smoke, tendrils of smoke, kind of coming
By
off
the
of it, and
will of the acorn.
it starts, it starts to recoil. Yeah, right on time too. Wow. So it recoils into the darkness.
Does Benros get an opportunity attack on it?
Where is he? Yes, he does. Go ahead and let me. Good catch on that, man.
Yeah. I think you have to put the turn tracker on Benros for me to target.
In fact, actually, I'm just gonna give it to Ben Russ. You don't have to have the turn tracker on him, but I'll do it. So it's on him right now. So go ahead and target.
Okay.
All you have to do is click on him.
Okay.
And you'll be able to. Certain things they need to be on their turn, right? But
Yeah.
not that.
Oh, he missed.
By what? Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
missed
a lot.
He missed wildly. Okay. Arrow walk. Arrow walk gets a stab with a dagger, which hits it in the leg. So as this thing's trying to get away, you see Arrowak stick a dirk in its leg, Zadar. You see the ghoul. Well, obviously the ghoul's out of sight right now. You saw the ghoul get swung at and stabbed in the foot, and then slink away into the darkness.
I just kind of
Dude,
go at ease for a moment.
still have your sword out though, right?
Yeah.
Fenris,
Ask everybody if they're okay.
like shout it out, kind of like, is everybody
Oh, well, I
okay?
mean, we're all kind of right here, yeah.
Yeah, like normal tone in here. Like, is
Is there
everybody
more?
okay?
Kind of looking to the north where I'm at,
Okay.
seeing if I can see any more.
You see a black gaping hole right here, and you see a curtain of black over here.
Yeah.
It's kind of, and just to give you guys a sense of the
I'm not
horror of
moving.
this, it just to give you guys a kind of a more atmospheric like sense of the horror here. The torch is, illuminating a small area, right? And when these things come out, they just seem to just come out and materialize like right out of nothing, right? Because it's like pitch black, so you never know what's lurking beyond the edge of the light. And this has happened like 3 times now, and now the paranoia has set in because you have all these tunnels and all these different areas for things to come at you from every different direction, and you really can't see shit beyond the torchlight. And these things just, seem to just keep popping out, right on you. So keep that in mind, guys. It's comfortable down here.
Yeah.
We seem to have the south pretty much cleared, though, at least now.
Is Talissa still paralyzed?
She is.
Yeah. Let's
Besides what's all the way back on the other side of that tunnel under the lake.
let's move
Most of that
Talissa
behind us is safe.
into that little
Actually,
room for the
wait,
moment.
no, Talissa's paralyzation has just expired.
Oh, okay, good.
Yep.
Okay, good, good. She kind of shakes her head like it feels like she just woke up from a nap or something, which she actually did. So.
I don't even think I applied the paralyzation effect. I just said
Oh,
you were
really?
paralyzed. Yeah, so let's just say that it's a couple more turns. You're still paralyzed right
Oh,
now.
okay, okay.
Oh, wait, there is another path behind us that goes north. Northwest.
Dwayne, what were you saying? What were you saying about Talissa?
Oh, when she was paralyzed, I was thinking we'd move her into that room with the chest so it's safer, right? Because that's
You can do
enclosed area.
You can do that. There you go. She's stiff, and you see kind of her eyes just have kind of a fearful look in them, but her body is completely seized up, full body paralysis.
And while she's recovering, Benrus is going to get out his crossbow, be ready to fire at anything.
Oh, see, I was waiting for somebody to do something like that. Okay, so he's got it loaded.
Yeah. And
Beautiful.
yeah, Loman's going to move into the room with Talissa so that
Yeah.
the torchlight isn't spoiling the infravision for Airwalk and Benrus as they look down the hallways.
Okay,
Well,
movement mode is unlocked. Go ahead, and I will assume that you are in there. Go
And
like this,
and Airwalk can take that one, and Benrus will take the other hallway.
this.
Yeah. Maybe Zadar can look to the south.
Damn, that's some strategy right there.
wow.
Zadar is staring into the darkness and can't see shit. The light is in there. I'm just going to tell you, if you're trying to shield the light from the demi-humans, you're going to have to close the curtain,
Okay.
which will leave Zadar in pitch darkness.
Well, they would just have to move forward.
Yeah. What?
a
Yeah.
little
If
bit.
they could move more into the hallways a bit until they don't see the light.
You can do that. So Benros, what you see is you can see that this turn is another tunnel that branches off to. It looks like it branches off to the west and to the east. And Arawak, you can see the same thing. You can see a tunnel which looks like it branches off to the north and to the south. There's a little bit of light in here from Loman, which even with the little light Zadar, you're standing at a curtain of black to yourself.
If Airwalk can see anything.
Yeah. If you want to back up Zadar, so you're just maybe at this curtain, and then you can see something a bit before it is on you.
Yeah.
Then we'll.
So 5 minutes go by, nothing pops up, you don't hear anything. Talissa, your motor functions slowly start to come back. Your eyes start, Loman, you see one of her eyes start to twitch, and then her little finger starts to wiggle, and she slowly starts to come back or regain motor function. And in another 5 minutes, she's able to move again fluidly. Seems the poison has run its course. In the meantime, during this Arawak, you don't see or hear anything from that direction. Benrush, you have that crossbow knocked and loaded and leveled right at the end of the tunnel, and nothing rears its ugly head for you to shoot off.
Okay.
Zadar, you stand guard. You get that deep sense of dread, especially since you're not a demi-human and you can't see in the dark. You don't know what lurks behind that the curtain of night right there.
I know you keep moving me closer to it.
You don't know what lurks. There you go. I'm gonna drop the party token again. Give me a
Okay.
Should definitely finish that guy off.
Yeah.
What time is it right now? Oh,
It's time. Yeah.
we're almost closing time right now. Do you guys want to call it here in this room and then pick it up from here the next time?
Sure.
Not a bad spot to call it.
Yeah, it's good.
What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Melissa's just gotten over her paralyzation, so perfect timing.
Well, I hope it moved along fast enough for you guys.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it's not
good.
the end of combat,
good.
but it's a good spot to.
Yeah, it was a fun one. I really like this one. I think you guys are gonna be surprised. You guys haven't figured it out yet, but you will.
That was a fucking great session.
Yeah. Fun.
You'll figure it out. No one wants to move a little bit further before we end.
Yeah.
We can. You really want to? I'm okay.
We can treat, if you guys are moving as a group, you can actually treat Arawak as the group token.
I'm pretty hungry. I haven't eaten yet.
Oh
And
my
we'll call
lord.
it there. Yeah, then you need to eat, dude. We'll call it there.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Perfect time to stop. All right, dude. Well,
Thank you, though.
Yeah, no problem, man. And Dwayne, we'll look at the turn thing later. That was interesting.
Yeah.
That was really interesting. I'm wondering. It definitely
I
is hit dice based, but it should be using the matrix, right? It should be
Yes. Yeah.
not
I'll
just the hit.
send I'll send a super. I'll send my crude map that I've been keeping, unless you guys have maps.
Oh
then you
yeah,
can keep it.
rad. Yeah, for this.
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
want to
cool.
see the
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
picture of
red
it.
line.
No, but
Yeah, yeah.
that's what it should be, right?
Cool.
It should be like a crude map like that. That's awesome, man. All right, you guys. Well, I'll let you guys go. I know it's late there for you too, Dwayne. So it's too bad Roger didn't pop up, but next time. I know
Yeah.
he's got tons of appointments and everything. I thought he was gonna join because he clicked interested.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought so too. Good to see him back because I was
Yeah.
worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
I hope he's okay.
yeah. He's a really cool guy. I really like Rog. All right, you guys. Well, let's stay in touch on Discord. This hit me up.
Thank you.
Yep, great
Thank
session.
Yeah.
you.
Fun session.
Thanks, guys.
Talk to you guys soon.
Cheers.
See
See
you.
you, Lord.
Night. Good night.
Good night.
Do you do anything else?
She is going